You are watching Leicester Till I Die TV.
Watch us on YouTube.
Listen on your favourite podcast platform.
Or ask your smart speaker
To play the podcast Leicester Till I Die.
Right, Chris.
Hello, good afternoon. Just adjusting my bra here. I'm having a few problems, as you can probably see. But how are you doing? It's back. I'll tell you one thing that Dan, obviously our friend from Burnley, did say. They come thick and fast in this league, and they certainly do. Let me just, there we go. Honestly, I've a total respect for you women now, I tell you. How you manage this, I do not know. With all the bits and pieces. But anyway, welcome along. How are you doing? It's Bristol City at home. We welcome the Robins. And it's nice to have Nigel back. This is LTID TV, and it's coming from Leicester Till I Die. Thank you very much. If you are watching, please get your comments in as we go along. But do remember, this is a watch-along, so no spoilers. No spoilers. There will be a warning coming up later. Gray is in. Afternoon, Chris. Hope you are all good. I'm a lot better than I was this time last week, I've got to be honest with you. And you have problems with your bra as well, I tell you. Oh, honestly. I'll tell you what, I'm going in the mood now. I'm going to go home tonight. No, I'm not going to say that one. At the moment, it's in rather bad days. Big Nigel Pearson is back. Yes, he is indeed. Good afternoon, fellow Foxes. How are you, Highfield? Welcome to you as well. The team news is out. But like I say, this is at Leicester Till I Die TV. Where can you find us? Well, you can find us all along the bottom there. We have closed the website down. That's purely due to economic reasons. It was just costing too much for the amount of people that were actually going on it. And of course, as a creator, we tend to see the stats and what have you. And these sort of shows were creating a bigger feedback. So that's good. That's gone. But everything else, as you can see below there, is still with us. How am I sounding? I did, when I played the show back last night, discover that the sound wasn't that brilliant. So I hope you can all hear me okay. Do please let me know in the chat. Hiya, Robert. How are you? Hope you are well. Welcome along. Yeah, so let me know what they're doing in the chat. I'm just waiting for Brad to pop up on camera, then we will bring him in. But it is the return. It is not the return of the Mac. No. the ostrich returns, as you can see there. And in fact, we have actually got a picture of Nigel Pearson arriving at the KP earlier. Nigel, this is live footage. There he is. Give him a wave, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a wave. How are you doing, Nigel? Oh, God, you got to love a bit of Nigel. You do. Anyway, Leicester City versus Bristol City it is. It is 2nd versus 7th. How are we feeling about today? I mean, I've got to say, I've got a lot of time and a lot of respect for Nigel, and it's great to see him back. And wherever he goes, I would always wish them all the best. But I do, obviously, I want to win. But you not only got, in my mind, one of the best managers we've ever had, and there is a thing again on the Athletic, which is a great read, just £1 a month if you haven't subscribed yet. Does a trial. About the argument that Nigel Pearson, what he achieved in taking us from League One to the Great Escape, is probably, could you argue, and I think you could put an argument up for this, making the best Leicester manager ever. There's a great piece on that on, like I say, Leicester. The Athletic. So do get up there and check that out if you haven't already, and give it a subscribe. Showing your age there, Gray. The Rubettes. Yeah, let's do it while we're doing the jukebox jive. You little sugar baby, love you, Gray. I did say hi to you, Robert. Keep asking, and we don't like to be pestered, but I did say hello to you. I believe if I didn't, hello, Robert. There we go. Yeah, exactly, Gray. Exactly. Gotta say, hope Nigel gets a warm welcome, and so deservedly so. However, make sure he leaves with nothing in regards to points today. Exactly. And I think because there's him, there's Andy King, there's Matty James, and of course David Rennie, our old, our old doctor, I suppose it was before he left, before we got Harold Shipman in. All coming back to the club, all coming back. So 4 of them. Right. Anyway, let's bring Kate in, because I can see Kate is doing her Pantene advert and letting the wind flow through her hair. So before I bring Brad in, let's say
very L'Oreal.
L'Oreal, that's it. Should be music then, shouldn't there?
I know.
If only I had some suitable music.
What have you got?
It's coming, football's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming, football's coming home.
Oh, Joey, and it is home.
Super.
We're back at the KP.
We are. Feels like a long stint since we've been.
It is, and you're so good. You're doing it twice, because you're going back on Monday to watch the under-23. So maybe we'll have to get you live on from there as well. So,
Yeah, how are you doing? Are you all right?
I'm doing a lot better than this time last week. Yes, thank you very much.
Good.
I mean, could you go into any game at the moment thinking we're going to lose? I mean, at the moment, I know we have lost that one, and I'm glad we've done it and got it out of the way, but there's just such a feeling of confidence, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was a tough challenge on Wednesday night because Norwich are playing really well, and I thought they played quite well, to be honest. They were unlucky not to come away with a goal. But to see us just push on in the final 15 on Wednesday makes you realise how confident we are, how Enzo's empowered us, really. It's exciting.
It is. I mean, I'm surprised. It's early days yet, and obviously the league will settle down. One of my favourites for the job, the Ipswich Town manager, they're doing very well. But whilst I was excited by Enzo, and how could you not be excited by appointing the guy that's just lifted the Champions League? I was a little bit sort of like, ooh, has he got the experience? But at the moment, he's proved me wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. If you remember Gary Lineker's famous tweet when we appointed Claudio Ranieri, he was like,
Yes.
Claudio, really? And I felt a bit like that with Enzo. But, I mean, his pedigree in training couldn't be any better, could it, really, to learn from the best manager for a generation?
Yeah.
And, yeah, I love that. I think because I think I said on the show last week that everybody in this squad, including the management team, have got a point to prove. Enzo wants to prove that he's a good manager. He can be number one. So everyone's in this. Everyone wants something out of it, and I think it makes you all want to pull together.
I know it's a bit early yet, and I did get shouted down by a friend for asking him this the other day. I mean, if it all goes well and he takes us back up, do you think we will hold on to him?
Yeah. So, I mean, we did mention this a bit in the week, and I think we will because I think he'll want to. I think all managers want to stay in managing the team for as long as possible if they're still happy. And I can't imagine if we get promoted that Enzo won't still be happy because he'll want to do it in the Premier League. He'll be quite settled. He'll have worked with some good young players and spent a lot of time and effort getting them to play his way. So I think if he does well, people will always be on the lookout for him. But you'd like to think if we had the first couple of seasons under him like we did with Brendan, that he'll just want to push on and see how far he can take us.
Yeah, and obviously, it's a double-edged sword because we want him to do well.
Yep.
Then, we know with any, look at Brendan, he was being linked with going everywhere, wasn't he? Shame he didn't, but there we go. I don't know, have you seen the team at all?
Yes, I've seen the team, yeah.
I mean, Ricardo back, captain, Face, Vestergaard, yeah, Doyle. I mean, all joking aside about Vestergaard, love that man. All joking aside, I mean, he was man of the match against Southampton purely because it was at Southampton. That's what gave him the edge. It could have gone two or three others. And I actually, Alan, who does the man of the match, he was Vestergaard or another, and I said, I'm going to go for Vestergaard because it's at Southampton. He was taking stick all game, and if he put a toenail out of place, he was getting the pee taken out of him. So the fact that he played so well in those circumstances is what edged it for me. I know you're not his biggest fan, but he's keeping Cody out.
Yeah, well, I'm not his biggest fan, but I think, like I said at the start of the season, if he does well, I'm not going to keep slating him or, I'm just going on his past performances. And I thought, to be honest, I tweeted it on Wednesday, actually. I thought against Norwich, I thought he was outstanding. I don't think he put a foot wrong. I thought his work rate was absolutely brilliant. He seemed like a drilled soldier. When Mads got the ball in goal, he was like running straight back out to give him the wide option every single time. He's really committed and it's really nice to see. And there was always that risk with Vestergaard that although his pace and some of his skills are a bit to be desired, his confidence must have been totally shot last year. Yeah. And we've seen with some of the other players that when your confidence is up, you can be completely transformed. I mean, look at Ndidi; he's the same thing. I don't know who he is. It's amazing to see. So yeah, he deserves to keep Cody out. He deserves to keep Cody out because he hasn't done anything to misplace Enzo's trust in him, really.
He hasn't. Yeah. Do you mean Mr. Twinkletoes in Ndidi?
Yes, I do.
I mean, what a player! What a player! I mean, where does Gray says here? Cody is still quite fit, Chris. Well, I don't know in which way you mean that, but he's on the bench, so I think under normal circumstances he would have been back. But it's good that he's seen a player here as Enzo, like you say, with his confidence shot. That needs that little bit of arm around his shoulder. He's shown the faith in Vestergaard. Vestergaard's paid him back, in droves. And he's not sort of then, I'm just going to drop you now that Cody's back, because that would have sent the guy back down the hill, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think there will come a time, if we can put a decent cup run together when the FA Cup starts back up, that Cody will definitely have a part to play. I think he's excellent, but him and Vestergaard and Fast probably are going to have to be battling it out. And it depends on formations as well. We've said, if injuries happen, which they will do, then you just want to make sure it's keeping everybody engaged, I think, which is Enzo's biggest challenge, isn't it?
It is.
to make
Oh,
sure
that is going to
everyone's,
be
you know.
the toughest challenge. Yeah. Gray said he isn't fit, but he's on the subs bench, Gray. So if he must be
Yeah,
fit if he's on the subs bench, you know. As far as I understand it, he's fit and ready to go. I mean, then you've got, like I say, we mentioned him, Twinkle Toes indeed is in there. Winks, you cannot leave Winks out, can you?
no, no, he's done really well for us. He's absolutely everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah, interesting to see how he couldn't make the Spurs side. I don't know the ins and outs about that and what position they wanted him to play in, but for us, he's undroppable at the minute because he's just hit the ground running. And he's been everything that we wanted him to be. He's again, it's the work rate of these players that Enzo's managed to get going, which is really exciting to see.
Yeah, when we've got a midweek game, a midweek weekend, which we have just had, you can't expect, even if we're winning every single game, which we are, you can't expect there not to be changes, can you?
No, not at all. And I think that's where Enzo's biggest challenge will come. It will be making sure we don't pick up injuries easily. And I think I read this week in The Athletic, actually, that Enzo doesn't even tell the team an hour before he has to release the team sheet who's playing, because he wants to keep everybody engaged during the training week for as long as possible. He doesn't want anybody chilling out because they know they're not playing on Saturday.
Yeah.
So a lot of that will come into it as well, I think.
Yeah. And McAteer, I mean, to my mind, what a revelation. What a revelation. I feel like he's been... Don't get run over. Look where you're going, please. We don't want a live
I'm all right. Stop in the traffic, Chris. It's fine.
McAteer, what a revelation he's been. You know, how old is this guy? He's early 20s and his experience. But he's been dropped, and like I say, and I just think just goes with the fact that we need to make changes. We need to keep players, fit and ready to go.
Yeah, and everybody deserves a chance at playing. Like Hamza, captain in the week, was another one. Everybody deserves a chance to give this new strategy and philosophy a go until they mess up. And I don't think anybody's really messed up yet, have they?
Well, I don't think so. No, not that I can remember.
Sorry, I'm going past a bit of a noisy bit. I'm just going past the pub.
Oh, well, I don't want to drag you past somewhere that you would normally go in.
No, you're not. Don't worry. It's just on my route.
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. I will leave this one with you, and I'm going to bring the guys in, and I'll speak to you after the game. Vardy starts. For me, at the start of the season, I'd be going, really? He should be just going on at the end. But I saw him against Southampton, and he played the full 90 minutes. And I would say, look, somebody else I got wrong, because he did it for 90 minutes.
He absolutely did, yeah. And I think if you watch some of the movement off the ball, he has still got that in his locker. His movement actually created the chance for McAteer to slide it home against Southampton. His intelligence is probably by far heads and shoulders in the team above everybody else, which you just don't lose even with age. And it's great to see that. I think he's enjoying and learning. He said in the week he was learning still from Enzo, and I think there's quite a lot left in the tank for Jamie Vardy. He knows how to conserve his energy now. It was really disappointing to hear Chris Sutton just talk about him hanging on the shoulders of defenders, because he's worth way more than that to us.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
He
yeah. So
well the other day of Leicester, which was a surprise. But I think we're getting into a bad area there, Kate. So what I'll do is thank you so very much.
Yeah, we are.
Be our lucky mascot. If we lose, we're not going again. We'll see you after the game.
Cool, right. Enjoy the game, and I'll speak to you later. Yeah. All right. Bye.
All the best. Stay safe. Bye. Right, let me just get rid of that. And then I'll bring... Well, we've had the beauty in, so we're going to have to bring a couple of beasts in. First one here, Brad. Good afternoon, sir. Are you brewed up and ready to go?
I am all brewed up and ready to go.
Look at you with your Leicester City Cup. I've got one of the those Sports Direct size mugs.
Yeah, you've got one of them that needs to be a weightlifter to lift up.
I'd rather have a beer.
Well, that's what it looks like.
I'm worried about that because I'm at home, so I can have one if I want one. Look, he's big down under. That's what his girlfriend says anyway. Luke, where Luke's gone? Luke has gone. Hang on a second, Luke. Hang on. There he is. Yes. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good day. Whatever it is down there. I'm good. How are you, sir?
Good evening. Good, thank
you.
Is
it evening?
It's 9:36.
Well,
he's getting ready for his cocoa after the game, Chris. That's what he's doing. He's getting ready for bedtime afterwards.
He's got his little slippers out there ready. The good lady's got them by the edge of the bed, warming. You know, cocoa at the side, little glass for his false teeth. Yes. Look, any surprises for you guys in the teams at all? I mean, Brad, first of all, I suppose for me, excuse me, I expected Vardy to come back. And it always seems to be Mavididi plus one other on the other side. And McAteer being dropped for Fatwa. Nothing surprises me at the moment because we've got to make these changes, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, it's like you were saying there to Kate, it's midweek sort of thing, and that doesn't stop for Leicester because we've got this thing called a cup game to play as well in the next midweek, so that will continue, and then we've got Blackburn at the weekend, so it's good to see, and you don't get the feeling with Enzo that McAteer's been dropped because he's in bad form, and he can't be. He's a top goal scorer, he's making incredible runs, he's playing really well. You look at the team performances, Chris. Fatawu is probably one of them players, a bit like Cassidy was, although you want to talk about blots on a performance. Cassidy didn't shine himself in glory with his debut, but Fatawu's earned a start. He's played really well. Had McAteer been able to sort his head out, he would have got an assist against Norwich with that cross. He's looked sharp, he's looked quick, and we've talked about this a lot this season. You look at the fact that if it doesn't quite work out for Fatawu, how are the opposition going to feel when they go, fuck me, they're putting on a winger and he's their top goal scorer now? If they, you know what I mean? If the bloke gets run ragged by Fatawu and then he sees McAteer worn up, that bloke's going to be Cornish therapist at half time because the bench we've got, none of these players feel like, oh, I should be starting because I'm playing really well. They're just going with it. They're going with it. They are, to quote Arteta, trusting the process of Enzo. And I'm not overly surprised actually by a couple of changes. I'm really not now anyway.
I mean, say, Luke, your thoughts. How's the microphone, by the way? Is it sounding okay? Do I sound okay to you both?
Yeah, it sounds okay. It didn't sound too good when you had Kate on, but I think that might have been Kate's end,
is it
not
me
you
that's
speaking.
Frozen there?
No one's frozen my end, mate. It might just have been yours.
It might just have been my end. You'd be surprised what happened.
Yeah, you have frozen visually, but we can still hear you.
Right, and how is it sounding? Is it sounding okay?
Yeah. Like I said, it might have just been when it was Kate's end hearing you back, but that was the only time you went a little bit off. But apart from that, mate, you're fine.
Nate, thank you so very much, mate. You are a gentleman. Really do appreciate that. Thank you so very, very much. Luke, I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? If you get dropped, you know it's, well, all right, if it's a bad performance, the boss is going to come and tell you. But, we've not had that apart from Hull, you could argue, and I don't think it was that bad a performance, just the result. But you know that if you're being dropped, that you can still come back into this team because of the number of games we're playing.
I know. I don't even really think of it as much of a drop. It's more of just like a rotation for a big season with the depth we have and just keeping everyone fresh. And a lot of these people are coming off the bench and still looking good. So, evenly giving everyone their chance to shine. And like you said before, it's pretty obvious that Mavididi is always going to be a choice on the left-hand side, as is Doyle as well. They seem to be the favourites at the moment and the most consistent starters.
And Brad, I want to bring this up because it was a point that Scott made here. Do you think Kashidai or Ndidi maybe could do the Winks role? I don't think anybody could do the Winks role apart from Winks at the moment, to be honest with you. But Kashidai had his chance the other day, started, and unfortunately we've seen this so often, haven't we, where, do you remember a certain Damari Gray? I mean, he had so much potential, and then he used to come on, when he was a substitute, and like, bloody hell, amazing. You'd start in the next game and think, what the bloody hell's he doing on the pitch? And then
Yeah,
you do it over again.
I mean, you're hoping not, but there is a reason the term super sub was materialised, wasn't it? The most famous one I remember was Chikorina Hernandez, who played for Manchester United.
Yeah,
He used to
I
come
know
up.
that's the original, you see.
Oh,
The Liverpool Ginger. What was he called? Fairclough.
Fairclough. You just stretch out my bracket. I do remember him now. I do just about remember him due to Football Manager games that I played. But yeah, there's a reason that term exists, and it's not the worst thing in the world if he comes off the bench and he impacts the way he has been doing. I think Enzo wouldn't mind a super sub like that. You don't really mind a super sub if it comes like that, and you just hope in time that when they're needed to play. I mean, he didn't have a bad game against Norwich. It's not like he made horrendous mistakes. He didn't shine in the areas that we've seen him shine so far. So, probably been a bit harsh because of how impressive the whole performance was. That he was, if you're saying they were all 7s and above, he was probably the only one you're thinking, maybe a 6 because of it. But it'll come in time, hopefully. And again, if he's going to be an impact sub player and he's going to impact the game the way he does when he's come on, I'm not overly fussed with it. I mean, we're going to see that with Fatawu today. We've been impressed with him coming off the bench. We've almost demanded it as fans that he needs to get a start, and he's given that opportunity. So we'll see how he does in that one. Let's hope he has both abilities to him. But a super sub that comes on and scores and makes goals, I'm not going to argue with it if he comes off the bench today and grabs a goal or assist. Have you frozen, Chris?
No, we're not. Going to ask you guys am I still here?
Yeah, you caught up. Your chat caught up. You've
it's because I've got literally so many windows open.
Well, close them all. It's cold outside, Chris. It's chilly out there.
I'm like an advent calendar on Christmas Day. I've just totally got everything open. Guys, get your score predictions into the chat. And
I had to look at that graphic again, Chris, because I didn't see the little dot at the bottom. I thought, really hell, he's predicting 7-all.
That would have been a good game. That would have been a good game. I'm going to say to you, Luke, let me just bring the next slide up there. It isn't a bad start, is it? 7 games in, only lost 6. Only lost 1.
Oh, see that. Oh, Luke's devastated. He said we lost 6. He is
having internet problems himself. Yeah. He did say that. I know there's a little.
Yeah, I heard his kangaroo's not jumping on the Wi-Fi trampoline enough for him. That's what it is.
Kangaroo is jumping on. We won't go down that road.
Well, let's just say he's skipping. He's skipping.
Oh God Almighty! Right.
I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry.
I know. Well, you know what you get because, of course, if Australia. Their national animal is a kangaroo. New Zealand, theirs is sheep. You know what you get if you cross the two? Woolly jumper. Right. I blame you.
I blame fine. Yeah. Cuff me, governor. You've got me back to right on that one. Blame me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's been a fantastic start, hasn't it, Brad?
Yeah, almost perfect. In fact, greedy optimism would have said, "Oh, well, we'll be top of the league and we won't lost the game." But you look at perspectives, and I know we've talked about them recently because obviously we've played them both. But if you look at the bookies' favourites, if you will, to be up and thereabouts with Leicester, I know some of them are in that playoff zone already. But you look at Southampton, you look at Leeds, you look at Norwich, you maybe look at some of the teams that are in the bracket with us, Ipswich and whatnot. We've won 6 and lost 1. And if you said to any Leicester fan, your first 7 games, you're going to do that, they'd probably, first of all, they'd probably say it'd be a loss to Southampton or Norwich, but they'd go, oh, that's brilliant. That's fantastic. Would have liked 7 out of 7, but I'll snap your hand off and give you a left foot if you want for it. And the main positive in there is as well, Chris, that you have to really look at, which is what can separate a team in this division, is it's 6 wins. It's not 4 wins and 2 draws and a loss. No. It's 6 wins. And if we make that 7 out of 8 today, hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood, in whatever. There's no brain in there, so it's all dense. But you know what I mean? The fact that we've managed to grind out wins, that wasn't to everybody's satisfaction with the way we're playing. This is where I argue back. winning ugly always works. So 6 wins is the most important part of that stat for me.
Can I just say, Luke, just as you popping up as Brad was saying, winning ugly's got absolutely no connection at all. So that I want to just absolve myself from that.
Yeah, and we definitely haven't made any kangaroo or woolly jumper jokes.
Yeah, you missed all those. You missed all those. But look, Luke, that's us versus we're playing Bristol Rovers. They're 7th themselves, so we shouldn't take them too lightly. We know that Nigel Pearson will have them well drilled. They've won 3, drawn 3. Okay, but they've only lost 1. Not the goal difference isn't so good, but there's a nice gap between us and 7th and outside of the playoffs, isn't there?
Yes, and long may should it grow and separate the boys from the men.
Indeed. I was expecting a longer answer than that. But Luke, give me your score prediction.
Sorry.
While we've got you.
You've stunned him into silence again, Chris.
I have, haven't I? Brad, give me your score prediction.
I'm going to stick to what I've gone in the predictions league. So this won't happen. I'm sorry, folks, but I've gone 5-0 Leicester. I reckon this is the game where we tear them apart. We tear someone apart. And the reason I say that, Chris, while Luke's sorting out his Wi-Fi, is Nigel Pearson knows a Leicester that no longer exists. And what I mean by that is this man doesn't have us playing the way he know how to combat us. So I reckon this is the one where he gets it wrong and we tear them apart.
Yeah. Luke, what did you go for? Sorry, we lost you.
Hear me right now?
No, you're breaking up, mate. You're like very. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I can hear you now.
Right, Russell Brand on a hot day.
Oh, he's gone 4. He's gone 4-0. He's gone 4-0. I heard that.
Hopefully nobody heard my really bad old Russell Brand joke. What did I go for in the quiz, by the way? In the
quiz? I don't know. I think you went for answer C and it was wrong, mate. But I'll check your predictions for you.
All right, be pedantic then.
All right. Well, in the predictions, you went for a Leicester special. Do you know what a Leicester special is? Yes, you know what a Leicester special is.
I mean, we've said, Luke, I mean, Brad said there about this, he thinks 5-0. Do you think that, I mean, we said somebody's going to get a battering soon. I mean, in a way, you could say, was 4-1 a battering, or are we still waiting for that battering?
It's not bad, 4-1. It's definitely a bit of a hiding, but I still think anything above 4-0 is a battering. Yeah, 5-0 and up, battering. Well, 6 is a massacre.
Yeah. Well, Josh, welcome along, Josh from the Foss Way. Do check it out. New Leicester channel. Really worth having a look out for that one. Wish I had your confidence, Brad. My man, enjoy the game, fellas. Here's to hope for another 3 points. Now, I thought he'd gone 5-0 as well. But maybe not. Maybe not. Now you're being pernickety, Chris. There's a word I've not heard for a long time. Pernickety. That's a good old Leicester word, isn't it? Don't forget, guys, still time to get your predictions in. Watford, hello, sir. How the devil are you? Not seen you for a while. Yeah, I remember you, Mella. Remember you well. You are more than welcome. Welcome along.
Remember the name, as they say.
We're not at the stadium today. None of us are at the stadium today because we don't have season tickets.
No, I am. The King Power's just outside my window. Honest, guys, that's how I'm seeing the game.
And it's a long way for Luke to nip over from Perth in Australia, not Perth in Scotland. If it was Perth in Scotland, I wouldn't be going to see him. I don't like the Scots. Love you really, guys. Love you really. 1-0 to the Lionesses. Sean is in. Hi, Sean. I'm a Bristol City fan. 2-2 draw, please. Well, mate, we all have our crosses to bear. So 2-2, fair play to you. I thought 9 last week on Friday. Indeed. Come on, you Robins. Do you think? I don't think this is going to be the game where we're going to get that battering. Do you, Brad?
What, that we suffer a battering?
No, we dish out a battering.
Well, I've gone 5-0, so I kind of do think it's going to be today, but I don't see why not. I think this is one of them where you kind of put the cat amongst the pigeons sort of things, and they're in 7th right now. So, obviously someone might take that place if we beat them today, but you want to start building that gap and bridges, and I think you've got to make that statement of intent. I certainly don't think anyone will come to us and batter us. We might lose a game 2-0, 3-1. I mean, might have one of them through the system. I don't think we'll get battered, but I honestly do. I honestly believe, for some strange reason, I think this is going to be a game where it's all nice and lovey-dovey and hearty-hearty and, howdy, Matty James, howdy, Nigel. Everybody's going to be all happy, and then, boom, Leicester will just go into them. So if we lose really badly today, I'm not coming on the post-match to get pelted by rotten tomatoes by everybody. as a saving grace as well.
So Luke has gone again, as you can see. We'll call him Gone Again Luke.
Gone again, Luke. Nice one.
Now then, here's our upcoming matches after today. So we have got Blackburn Rovers on the 1st of October, the Sunday. Preston North End on the Wednesday. So that's a very quick turnaround. Shame they weren't both away. We could have stayed up there in the northwest. Stoke on home on the 7th. Then we've got the international break, and Swansea away there on the 21st of October, post-international break. To me, this is, I know, again, it's early days, etc., but looking at the teams we've just played and the few good teams that are coming up and where they are, if we can get through this period unbeaten, then to me, it's like, just give us the trophy. Or am I being too cocky, too advanced?
I think maybe give us the trophies a little bit in advance. But yeah, I would honestly...
Luke, you're Australian. The wife should not even be coming into the reckoning. I mean, come on. Where's this big Crocodile Dundee male image that we have of you Aussies down under? Anyway, before I forget.
Oh, that made me chuckle more than it should have been. So I try not to laugh out loud because that would have been hilarious for everybody. But yeah, you're looking at them fixtures, and again, we try and keep ourselves grounded, saying it's early days. But you're looking at the league table. Obviously, Preston are table topping at the moment. They might still be it might be first versus second. That would be a hell of a game to put on Sky or telly for everybody to watch. Just saying, I'm not sure if it is or not. I don't think it is already, but it might change. Who knows? But yeah,
you mean the Preston game?
Yes.
I have a feeling it isn't. I don't think, but I have a feeling. I know Blackburn is. I have a feeling. Don't quote me on this, but I have a feeling we might end up.
It might sneak its way onto telly and keep time and that. But even if it doesn't, I mean, you're looking at games where Blackburn, if you can not lose to them. Preston, if we can beat them, and the games in between that, it's a really good omen to say that that's when you really look at the table, isn't it, Chris? Because we'll be 1/4 of the way through the season. There or thereabouts, won't we? We're perhaps at 1/4 of the way through the season. And if you've got like a 6, 7, 8 point gap between the playoffs, and you're maybe 3 or 4 points in them automatic zones, maybe that's been a bit generous saying 3 or 4, but you know what I mean? If you can start to see a big bit of daylight between you and that, I think if we come out of that unscathed, or at least, like you said, unbeaten, I think you go, okay, Leicester are going to be in the promotion race come May. And then it's just up to us how we go forward, whether it's going to be automatic or we have to become the 90s playoff specialists again.
Well, yes. And it's hard because I don't want to come across as cocky. And I've always said that, look, I think it's been disrespectful that, my God, my stream's working. That's the first.
Celebrations for you. I've not kept
down the steps with the, where's the seat? Because that's me. Great. Total gentleman, sir. Thank you so very, very, very much. Really do appreciate it.
Yeah, I would appreciate it, Gray, but he never sends me the £1.50 he promises me. So no, I'm joking. I appreciate it all the same, Gray. I appreciate it just as much.
Luke, what are you going to say? What is the missus watching on Netflix?
I bet. Well, she's keeping him prisoner. She's probably watching Orange Is the New Black. See that's that.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking a lot of colonial and all that colonialism. Downton Abbey. We know. Let's go Foxes. Let's indeed. You're a gentleman, Gray. I'm off to start my stream, guys. I won't be lagging at half time. Really, that's all right. Just put the missus in her place, But
Yeah, in a cupboard under the stairs. No, wait, that's Harry Potter.
So we've got the views though. I've gone 2-1. You've gone 5-0. Luke has gone 4-0. Gray 3-1. Stuart 3-1. Jeff 3-0. Josh, I thought he went 5-0. And Sean went 2-2, but he is a Bristol City fan. But then we all have our cross to bear, don't we?
Yeah. Well, he's braver than the Southampton fan that I did that preview with, because he went 2-1 to Leicester. I mean, maybe he saw that we were too strong for them, but he actually I think that might be a first, Chris. I'm not sure. You'll know you didn't wrong with me. Probably the first time that we had an opposition fan on that came on and predicted.
If we go back far enough, when we used to play Newcastle in the Mike Ashley days.
Then maybe a few.
Yes, there's a lot of it then. And I have to say, just if you fancy a bet and you've got a bit of spare money, get yourself down to the bookies, because apparently down from 14-1 to 3-1, Neil Warnock to be on I'm a Celebrity this year. That I would love to see.
You know what? I would love to see that, because I don't know if you ever watched it. I can't remember the name of the podcast. I think it's called Off the Hook. It could be wrong. Jimmy Bullard does it, and he had him on there. Just quit, and he's so open and transparent about telling stories. He's brilliant. I could listen. He's one of them managers that whether you loved him or hated him as a manager, listen to his stories. It's like a red nap, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah, he is.
You could listen to him for hours.
When when I used to listen to him when he was between jobs and he was doing the punditry.
I hated that.
Sorry.
He hated doing the punditry on one of the games. I remember.
He was fair play to him. He was really good at it.
He was brilliant.
But right, I will let you go, sir, and I will see you at half time.
Yes, and hopefully my stream will let me watch it so I can give you a full visual of how well we've done at half time when we're 3-0 up.
Well, we want to bring Brad's tactic board back.
Yes, we need to find a way for me to do that. So I will keep working on figuring that out so I can do that. So I will see you at half time anyway, mate, and hopefully we'll win it.
We'll have to have 5 minutes together sometime and have a play.
Well, I mean, if that's all you need, 5 minutes for a play, mate, I'm all aboard. But we'll question that for later.
Twice in that length of time, mate. See you at half time, buddy.
See you at half time, mate.
Cheers. So thanks to Brad. Let me do that and that. And let me just remind people, no spoilers. If you see any, or if you say any spoilers before I say it on the screen, even if I've just seen Matty James walk out, I do not care who you are, you get kicked. And it's as simple as that. Because all it does is spoil it for everybody else. Because we're all at different stages, watching it at different times, depending how you're watching it. But so no spoilers, ladies and gentlefolk, as it says there. So the players are out on the pitch. It's nice to be back home again. Oh, Nigel Pearson is on crutches. So 5 changes for Leicester, like we said. We've got Hermansen in goal, Piera, Fays, Vestergaard and Doyle, Winks just sat in front of the back four. Fatawu, Ndidi, Dewsbury Hall and Mavadidi across the middle and Vardy up front. So Bristol City, O'Leary in goal, Turner, Dickey, Naismith, Pring at the back, James Williams just behind Knight in the middle, Sykes and Bell either side of Wells. Andy King on the subs bench. Just trying to see and listen to see. There he is. His captain is Matty James. I think very unlucky. To me, he was the better of the two between him and Drinkwater. He was very, very unlucky with injuries. It's nice to see Vardy and James hugging there in the centre circle. Yeah, Bristol. Sean, as Bristol City fan, what has happened to Nigel Pearson? He's on crutches. No, it's a straight ban, Sean. It's a straight ban. I don't mess about now. It's a straight ban. So Bristol City to kick off in their red and white striped tops. Oh, it's mostly red with pinstripes in there. White shorts, red socks. Kicking from right to left. Leicester in their all blue home strip, kicking from left to right as they like to in the first half. So here we go. The throw into Leicester on the far side. Dale takes. The moment, there's straight away. There's three on Indeed, and nobody can get it out, but he couldn't get it to anybody. And it's on the far side. It's a throw in again to Leicester. Yeah, it has gone to Leicester. Doyle to take it. So, breaking down the far side now, Bristol City. Nice 1-2, but cut out well by Leicester. Plays it across the field from Winks to Mavadidi. Oh, he tries to turn and he loses it in doing so, but he gives away a free kick. A bit too aggressive in the disposition there. Hi Ray, how you doing? Basically, he's on crutches, Sean. I wondered if you knew what was up with him. Still got a few seconds to get your predictions in. And it's with FaZe bringing the ball out. Long ball across field to the far side to Mavadidi. Lovely but weighted ball into Dewsbury Hall. Plays it across and it's the first corner as it's blocked and it goes out for a corner on the far side. Leicester, don't forget, doing what they like to do when they're at home, which is in the first half kick from left to right. So in the second half they're kicking towards the Kop. So 1:54 and we've got our first corner of the game. Vardy there just in front of their goalkeeper. No, he isn't the tallest, in fairness. They were just saying that. So, Dewsbury Hall with the corner in. Oh, didn't quite connect at it. Indeedy! Oh, that was close. That was Mavadid. Who was it? Who did it fall to? To Fatawa, I think it was. Fatawa there. Yeah, it was Fatah who basically nearly he didn't take it far past. It did make the goalkeeper work. Fire stick, Tasmin. Bristol City come forward down the far side now. Is it a throw-in or a free kick there to Leicester? So not to be taken lightly, Leicester. No Gray. It looks like we bought him knowing he was injured. There we go. What does that say about Daka? The moment it's all in the Leicester half, I want to say at the moment. So Cody is warming up, but as Leicester break now in the middle of the field, breaking into the centre circle, across to Faze. Faze back to Vestergaard. Excuse me, I've still got this damn cold from the Southampton game. Oh, Mavadidi, lovely on the far side. Plays it out. Dewsbury Hall brings the cross in, but it's headed clear by Bristol City. Oh, Vestergaard again wins the ball. Vestergaard way upfield there. A la Steve Walsh. Good tackle there, though, by Bristol City. If we'd got it wrong, could have been a penalty, but no, you can't watch it on any sort of normal streaming platform because it's not being shown. It's a 3 o'clock game, Tasmin. So it's a second corner for Leicester. Dewsbury Hall clipped it in, but it's headed well clear by Bristol City. So Leicester just easing themselves into this game. First 5 minutes gone. No, Ipswich have taken the lead against Blackburn. It's Ipswich 1, Blackburn 0. Whoa. That sends Ipswich top. So Leicester down to third. Ndidi. Play outside now to Fatawa. Oh, gets beyond Pring, but he tries to volley too much himself. But just letting the Bristol City, Bristol Rovers. Oops, sorry, Sean. Thank you, Sean. But I'll sooner them listen to this. But just keep quiet, Sean. $55 watching. And we have got 17 likes. So please do smash those likes, ladies and gentlemen. It really is appreciated. So Ipswich are top at the moment, Preston second, Leicester third. They're having a fantastic start to the season. So at the moment, it's 61% possession to Leicester. There's only been one shot in the game, and that has been to Leicester, but it was off target. So Doyle now coming away. Oh, a lovely ball through to Vardy. Who's giving him support? Oh, he was offside. Oh, it was a lovely ball, Vardy. Like that to the referee or linesman. Just offside. That must have been tight. That must have missed tight. It was a good through ball. I've got to say from Doyle, but just unfortunate that Vardy went a little bit too. Oh, winks to Dewsbury Hall. Oh, Dewsbury Hall wasn't basically given the warning that anybody was around him, and he lost the ball. Do they still shout to each other, these players? The late great Bobby Robson there, Gray. And it's finally back, and Manson gets his first field, doesn't hold on to the ball for long, plays it out to Faze, and he gets the ball back. So Faze is going to come out and brings it out here to Fatawa. Vestergaard has it, looks around, sees what he can do with the ball, plays it just infield to Winks. He gets it back eventually, Vestergaard. Winks again. Now it's Faze. Ah, lovely ball from Faze. Ah, Mavadini wasn't quite able to keep it under control. It's looking good. Blackburn have equalised against Ipswich. That didn't last long. Ipswich won, Blackburn won. Wow, that was a quick... that escalated quickly, didn't it? So 11 minutes gone. It's 0-0, but 60 odd percent possession to Leicester. We're looking good for it at the moment. Oh, Bristol don't manage to control the ball. It goes all the way through, and now it gives Leicester a chance to attack with Dewsbury Hall. Can he control the ball though? No, it's gone out, but we get the throw in. So it's not often where the referee says to a player, you've got to actually move up the pitch to take a throw in, but he did to Doyle. He said, look, you're taking it too far back. So he moved up, but it comes out and we get a free kick from in the ensuing play. I've told you, Tasmin, it's via a fire stick. So it's a free kick to Leicester on the far side. Looks like it's going to be Dewsbury Hall to take it. Oh! Doyle gets his head on it, but he goes straight to the goalkeeper. So 13 minutes gone, 0-0. An exciting game, this. Haven't felt too threatened by Bristol City at the moment, which usually means they're going to go ahead and score. But that, again, that was so last season, wasn't it? Does that happen anymore? Time will tell. Time will tell. No, I've got to clip that. A Nottingham Forest fan saying a Leicester win will cheer him up. Why are you down? What's happened, Luke? What's happened? So it's going back to the Bristol City goalkeeper. Oh, headed well there by Leicester. Indeed, he's got the ball here. Oh, unlucky. He doesn't quite get it through, but it comes back to him off phase. But he gives the ball away. A sloppy pass there from Ndidi. And Bristol City come away. Oh, then he gives it away. Bristol City, now it's with Leicester in the far corner, Dewsbury Hall. Oh, and then we give it away. Anything they can do, we can do better. But Bristol City on the far side. It's up and under. It's headed away again. It's head tennis at the moment. Oh, now Fatawi. He was determined to win that. Well done, that man. Oh, Leicester, a little bit sloppy at the moment. It goes back to Hermanson in goal. Just a little bit sloppy. Say no more, Luke. Say no more. It is a very fast game. Cadu, welcome along from Brazil. How are you? Well, you are doing well. So, playing Let's playing it on the edge of the box here, Leicester. Keeping possession. It goes all the way back into our own half. But across field now. Oh, I wonder where that was going then. Realised that Hermanson was sort of playing centre back, as is his wont. Ricardo on the ball. Plays it out here to Doyle. Doyle into Winks. Winks has got it over to Faze, who brings it forward on the near side now. Onto Fatawa. No, it's an Ndidi. And it's Faze again. So how many passes is if this results in a goal, it's going to be Southampton have gone 1-0 up against Middlesbrough. Plymouth have gone 1-0 up against Norwich. So some goals going in now in the Championship. But it's still goalless here at the King Power. Hermanson. I think he's come out of goal. I know he does like to play, and Enzo wants him to play as that sweeper keeper, but I think he's just doing that just to get involved in the game. To be honest with you. What a tackle there from Wout Faes. He had to get it right. So Leicester now looking pretty comfortable. And like I say, this just reminds me so much of this Liverpool 70s side. We're just taking our time as we know we're not panicking. Yeah, there's 18 minutes gone. It's still 0-0, but nothing's worrying us at the moment. Oh, Fatawu managed. Well done, Fatawu. Gets the ball back, gets it back to Hermansen there. I didn't think he was going to get to that, to be honest with you. He was played a bit into trouble, but he did go for it. Oh, Winks there. Sliding tackle, gets the ball well. Leicester now. Can we start to make inroads? Very nice football, but can we? Oh, no. He comes off Mavadidi and goes out for a throw-in. Leicester playing very, very well, but again, we've not literally quite hit that that start. Oh, I can see 2-0, Luke. I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. So 19 minutes here. Oh, a lovely through ball to Mamadidi. Plays it in. Oh, my God. It's still in play. And it was Fatawa. Sorry, it was Fatawa. Oh, Fatawa. It literally was a great ball through from Ndidi. It was literally into nowhere, and Fatawa just ran onto it. It was one of those like the ball's there, run onto it, mate. Ran onto it, he did. Got it across. Vardy just couldn't quite get into the right position to put it into the net. So Leicester still got the ball now in the centre of midfield. The best move yet by Leicester. It was a lovely splitting ball, defence splitting ball by Ndidi. So, yeah, just saying then, indeed he's playing more in advance than Vardy is. We did, Gray, 30 passes. So, phase. Oh, lovely play to get this out of defence now, and it's on the far side. Oh, Mavadidi, he's gone a little bit too far with it again. You feel that once we've got that final touch sorted, nobody's going to stop us. So 22 minutes gone, phase on the ball. And it's a throw into Leicester. I still think that most teams come into this and look at Leicester and go, "This is the team we're gonna block them out. We're just going to park the bus. We want to get something off this team," and that's going to make it a lot more difficult for Leicester. We're being shown the respect, but in a sort of way that makes it so. Oh, whoa, what a cross-field ball! My God. Dewsbury Hall now. Mavadidi plays it inside. Cody. Now it's with Faze. Ndidi now on the outside to Fatawa. Oh! No, why? What was he doing? He gets a corner, but he did a lovely flick, completely left the Bristol City player out of position, and then just decided to do too much. He tried to take it. He should have at that point crossed it. You were telling people to go and listen to where it was on the radio, Sean. I don't want people going off and listening to it in other ways. So that's what you did wrong. If you don't understand it, then I'm sorry. Do it again and you're kicked permanently. Oh, it's bad in. Having problems, Luke. Whoa. As in Aussie Luke. I would certainly contact them. Welcome back, Highfields. 24 minutes gone, 0-0. We'll run through the other scores in a second. Oh, it was a lovely ball over the top from Vestergaard, but a little bit too hard. And Mavadidi really couldn't go it, and he just watches it go out for a goal kick. Very good, apart from the fact we haven't scored yet, Sean. So let's just... oh, no, it's back in play. Piera there. Faye's coming forward. Goes out for throwing to Leicester. He literally... he was on a Maguire-like run then, was Faye's. Or Faz. What do we call him? I'm going to start calling him Faz, because that's what they call him on here. So, Vestergaard. Forward to Ricardo's. Playing very central today. Dewsbury Hall here, lining a shot up, is he? Oh. Try to play Vardy through, and I don't think they're on the same hymn sheet at all. Little bit of a miscommunication then, I think. But Dewsbury Hall's coming forward again. Supported by Mavadidi, who's now got the ball on the edge of the box. What can he do with it? He lines it, plays it through to Dewsbury Hall, who clips it in, but there's no Leicester player there. It's thrown out kicked out, I should say, by Bristol City fan. And now we are on the crossfielder ball there now. Fatawa. Oh! Oh! Whoa! What a shot! What a shot! That was going... Well, it was going in until their goalkeeper got in the way. Well, that would have been a great goal. Fatawa, yeah, he saw it. He cut inside. Nobody closed him down. He thought, I'm going to have a shot here. And had the shot, and it was a save for the goalkeeper. Sean, I don't give a shit about Damari Gray, mate. He's not been with us for like 4 seasons. Yeah, what Highfield says. Sorry, Sean, but it's a watch-along, so I'm not. Anyway, it's with the Bristol City goalkeeper forward, back to him as well now. They're trying to. Everybody's playing out from the back these days, don't they? It's very dangerous. Let's just go through some of the scores as they are at the moment. Ipswich 3, Blackburn Rovers 1. Wow, that did escalate quickly. Ipswich 3, Blackburn 1. Leeds 0, Watford 0. Leicester 0, Bristol City 0. Middlesbrough 0, Southampton 1. Plymouth 1, Norwich 0. Rotherham 0, Preston 0. Swansea 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0. And West Brom 0, Millwall 0. I don't think I'm doing too well in the old prediction front, to be honest with you. So, Leicester City now with the ball. It's with Vestergaard. Have you seen the ball from Faze? He's probably going to give it back to him. Yes, he is. And Faze has got it now. Just coming up to half an hour now as it's passed back to Hermansen. Apparently George Hurst has scored for Ipswich. Dewsbury Hall now keeps on his feet. Oh, Mavadidi can't quite. He was trying to get through 3 players there on his own. I mean, do you sometimes think we are looking for the perfect goal? Oh, that was Leicester there. They're coming away with Dewsbury Hall. Oh, he's all the way through. Dewsbury Hall, and good defending. Good defending. Now, you see, that would not have been given in the Premier League because the referee would have blown because the guy farted on him when he fell over. It was a bit of one of those tackles, and it gone the other way. I might have been shouting for it, but it's a corner kick though. We get out of it. Dewsbury Hall, worth having a go. So he's got a corner on the far side. Half an hour gone. Dewsbury Hall on the corner kick. Vestergaard's in the box. Oh no! Doyle heads it back into the box, but it's an easy one there for the goalkeeper from Bristol City. No Leicester player anywhere near him. A lot of clapping going on. Andy King warming up. And he acknowledges the fans. Yeah. Three league titles he's won when he was at Leicester. Of course, the Championship, the Premier League, and of course, in between that, the League One as well. So good defending there from Ricardo. One of my favourite players, Andy King. The throw in on the far side to Bristol City. 32 minutes gone. Bristol City handing the ball by Enzo. Few Bristol City subs warming up now. Now they come away, Leicester. Lovely ball taken by Mavadidi, of course. Who else? But again, he tries to run through 5 players, and he doesn't do it. Yeah. Indeed they are. Indeed they are, Sean. Indeed he feigns to give, trying to get past the player. Doesn't work out, and Bristol City have the ball. It's on halfway now. Can Bristol City launch what would be well? They've not had many attacks yet, have they? But it's broken down again, this time by Doyle. 68% possession to Leicester, 4 shots, 3 on target, and 3 corners. Bristol City, well, no shots, none of which, of course, are therefore on target, and no corners. So I think you can see the way that the game is going. Leicester City come forward again, but again, we're trying to run it through too many players. We're not taking the passes. But look, a player, if he was passing it when he had the opportunity, I'd be moaning the other way. So it's, what us fans are like. We're not happy whatever's happening. Oh, why didn't he pass that? And then it's like, next time, like, oh, why didn't he just shoot the bloody ball? Anyway, Leicester have it now with Vestergaard, 1-2. I know it was Winks now on the ball. Dewsbury Hall now, can he do it? Tries to play it through. You see what I mean? I can't be pleased. I cannot be pleased. I should be a woman. I'm never happy. In the Premier League, it's Palace 0, Fulham 0, Luton 0, Wolves 0, and Man City 2, Forest 0. Are Luton about to get their first point? So, Leicester having another great game, in fairness. Now Leicester break away on this near side. Indeed, a lovely turn. Oh, and he played the wrong pass. Oh, that was unfortunate. It was a lovely. Who is this Twinkle Toe Indeedy? Plays it forward, not quite getting it to Dewsbury Hall, who would surely put the ball away, but it ended up going to a player in red. Plymouth now 2-0 up at Norwich. Whoa. What's going on with some of these teams today? Rotherham are beating Preston. Rotherham 1, Preston 0. So, can we do what we have been doing quite a lot recently? Getting a goal just before half time. Dewsbury Hall now plays it outside to Mavididi. Outside on the box, chips it in. Oh, just over the head of Ndidi, was it? Flicks it back in. Leicester now. Bristol can't get the ball away, but Leicester can't control it. And it finally does end up with a Bristol City defender who will just shoot it upfield. And it will probably end up going all the way back to Hermanson. Yes, it does. Wow, how did that not go in? Oh, wow. Sean, don't mind you chatting, but don't go off on stupid... Well, don't tell people to go and listen to it or watch things elsewhere. Do not keep going on about past players, and we're concentrating on the match. And I won't always answer you, so, you know, whether other people in the chat want to, it's up to them. Everybody's welcome in the chat, but just keep it on topic. And I won't always respond to you because I am watching the game, so not every chat gets a response. So it's with Hermanson now, sweeper keeper. Doyle. Easy ball that we don't control, goes out of play, and it is a Bristol City throw just outside their managerial box. So indeed, just turning on the ball, just seeing what his options are, plays it to Faze. Faze, it plays all the way across the field. Lovely ball to Mavadidi, who controls it well to Dewsbury Hall. Him and Dewsbury Hall are linking up well. Dewsbury Hall crosses it. Oh, indeed, he can't quite get up for it. And then Faz fouls Wells, or judged to have fouled Wells. He's not going to get booked for it. 39 minutes gone. And then in the last 5 minutes, plus any injury time. Oof. Oh, this could see would indeed go in the book here. Oh, it was a little bit nasty.
The TalkSport Fan Network is the ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts,
including Leicester Till I Die, independent analysis and reaction for the Foxes faithful.
The TalkSport Fan Network.
Unbeatable club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Follow the podcast on the TalkSport Fan Network.
There's a free kick to Bristol City on the near side. He was lucky not to get. He was lucky to get away with not being booked there, I think, indeed. So it's crossed in. Well dealt with by Vardy there, doing his bit at the back. Wasn't a brilliant free kick going in. Not going to lie. Good defending here from Leicester. It's a throw in now for Bristol City, virtually right next to where the free kick was taken. But they're showing no threat at the moment, Bristol City. Oh, Fass's heads the ball out, but it just ends up with the Bristol City player who crosses the ball over. We clear it again, courtesy of Fass, who's doing his defensive duties well at the moment. But Bristol City coming back at us. 43 minutes gone. It's a long. Now Mavadidi's got the ball, and Leicester are on the break here. Vardy's up with him. Dewsbury Hall trying to keep up with him. Oh, he pulled it across to Vardy, but it was. He got it clear, but he's got it back again. Chips it all. Vardy! Oh. It was offside anyway. Whoa. 43 minutes time. Welcome along, Scott. How are you? And exactly, mate. Exactly. Bristol City have the ball now. So Bristol City have it in their own half. Amazing break there by Mavadidi, but I think it was about 4-2 or something like that, and it was always going to have a problem trying to find. Dewsbury Hall couldn't keep up with him. Vardy was, but he was too far away. And it's a free kick to Bristol City on the far side. Doyle. So now Bristol City. Leicester really panicking. Bristol City here. That could have been dangerous. It's kicked in again and it's kicked out by Leicester defenders. Bristol City now got the taste of blood coming in forward. That was a lovely cross there by Bristol City. They caused our defence so many problems. But now, on the far side, Mavadidi up to Dewsbury Hall. No, again, that final ball. It's just 1 minute of injury time. One minute of injury time. Something is going to happen, I'm sure. But we just, the moment that final ball just always falling short. Whoa. Don't know what happened there. Whoa. Funny end to the half. So I'm not sure what's happening there. It was a long time to take the goal kick, with the referee finally blowing me at half time. So anyway, it's 0-0 at half time, and we will be right back with the half time analysis after this.
The Premier League? That's so last season. It's all about the Championship here on LTID TV.
Now that's what I call football.
You hit the right spot.
Leicester Till I Die podcasts on the Apple iTunes, Spotify, Google, Anchor, and all podcast platforms.
Something is coming. Something big to this podcast.
Hello, Chris.
Hello. Half-time, 0-0. I just wanted to say something, a good point that was made earlier by Scott. We are not the Radio Times. We are not what's on TV. All we do to find the links that we watch is search on the internet. We are not here to do that for you. We are not an information office. You can look for that yourself. So coming in and asking us, where do you find this link? It gets a bit boring when it happens for about the 50th time in the show. It will be ignored if you ask. Also, as Sean found out earlier, telling people where they can go and see it will automatically just see you kicked out straight away, as we obviously do not want to. We want people to stay in here and watch it with us. It's simple rules. Spoilers, information, anything like that, we'll just see you removed. And we are not here. You know, why should we spend an hour or so a week trying to find these links? Then you come in and go, oh, where are you watching it? You can just do what we do. It isn't rocket science. Back to the game. Well, let's have a look. Ipswich so far. These are the half-time scores. Ipswich 3, Blackburn 1. Leeds 0, Watford 0. Leicester 0, Bristol City 0. Middlesbrough have equalised 1-1 with Southampton. Plymouth 4, Norwich 0. Wow, what is happening at Norwich? Rotherham 1, Preston 1. So Rotherham were 1-0 up, but Preston have got it back. Swansea 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0. West Brom 0 and Millwall 0. Let me get my colleagues in. Well, I say colleagues in a very loose way, of course. We'll see what they've got to say and what they thought of the match. All I've got to do is find them. There's one. There's the other. Gentlemen, I'll start with you, Brad. Frustrating, I think, is the word I would use.
Yeah, Bristol City have come for nil, mate. Bristol City have come for a 0-0. They've set up for a 0-0. 45 minutes, they haven't mustered a chance on target. And to be honest with you, I know I can hear a few murmurs, which is normal when you're not really taking control of the initiative in the game. But when you're playing against 11 men outside, camped inside their own box, it's going to be frustrating. I mean, we've been neater and tidier than them. I notice I didn't say neat and tidy because it's been a bit loose. But, yeah, frustrating. Just got to hope that goal comes.
Yeah. And obviously I am talking a foreign language. Because Rob has just asked this. And Hacker has just asked this. 2 words. Second one is 3 letters. Starts with an O, ends in an F. Welcome back, Luke. Are you finally being able to watch the game?
Yeah, so sorry about that, guys. It's bad enough that everyone here probably doesn't want to hear an Australian. And I don't really want to come on unless I can accurately talk about what I saw. I only missed 10 minutes. That's not too bad. And for everyone that keeps asking about a stream, do what I do. Bite the bullet. I know some people are in as fortunate position as others financially, but I pay £25 a month and had a meltdown earlier because I literally pay that just so I can watch it and not miss anything. I want that comfort.
All we do, guys, is we just search the internet, go on the official sites, as in the club. We are not here to wet nurse you and find you links. We are not the Radio Times, and any requests will just be totally ignored. I'm sorry. I just get fed up with the same questions week in, week out, like we're here as an information centre. Frustrating from your point of view, Luke?
Yes, it was like, and I know we keep getting compared to Man City because of Enzo and how we play, but like, just I don't know if you guys remember, but remember that game last season when we finally saw Cags get a rare start. We played with a back five. You know, people come to park the bus and just try and concede as least as possible. Brad's absolutely right. They've come here to just hold out and not concede. I thought Vardy looked a bit tired at the end of that half. There was 2 breaks, one from KDH and one from Mavididi, and he kind of jogged his way up. I know he's trying to keep himself on side, but I definitely want to see the Nacho man come on and keep that button ready for Brad here when he bangs one in.
when you say bangs one in, are you on about Nacho scoring a goal or Brad banging one in with Nacho? I'm not sure.
Both. One after the other. I'm just kidding, Brad.
Well, I'm sorry. I mean, that deserves this. Oh, but this would have probably been more suitable. Well, look, as long as you're happy in Brad's world, Brad, that's all that matters.
That's very true.
For me, it's our normal nice football. Again, it's that final pass. We just seem to be a yard or two short with that final pass, Brad.
Yeah, and we seem to be a little bit a yard or two off the pace a little bit because I think we got a little bit so accustomed to Bristol City having everybody penned back in their own half that when we actually broke and created spaces, they still had bodies back, admittedly, like four or 5 bodies in a way, but we only seemed to have Mavididi and Dewsbury Hall. We really didn't seem to have Ndidi there, Vardy there. Fatawu was out on the right, so he probably was there off screen on the camera. But yeah, it seems to be the way we're going about it at home. We seem to be a bit more patient, a bit more slow and methodical, and hopefully in the second half we get the gear on. I don't really blame Vardy in terms of that, because like I said, Bristol City are going about having the whole team behind. So, how is he going to get the ball? How are they going to get the ball to him? And how is he going to get the ball in general if he's got 4 or 5 players all around him? It's just not going to happen. So it'd be interesting to see if there's a change at half time. I don't imagine one. I still think he'll give them the first 10 minutes, but we have to try and do something. Maybe Winks and indeed need to push forward a little bit to kind of
situation though, isn't it, Luke? Because I mean, when I was commentating, I'm saying like, why the hell didn't he just have a go for it? And then if he'd had a go for it and missed it, I'd be saying, why the hell didn't he pass it to Vardy? I mean, these guys, it's a 50-50. They've got to make a very, very quick decision. But it is that final ball. But like Brad says, can you see changes being made at half time? Or is it just a case of we've got to get used to this all season and learn, like I've said a few times, to be patient?
Absolutely, be patient, and Brad's 100% right. To be fair, actually, like Vardy's been marked out by about 3 people at a time, so it is hard. But we do have to get used to this. But because of the high possession base that we have, and they're constantly parking the bus and trying to defend so heavy, we're gassing a lot of teams. Like Norwich, even like last game, they looked absolutely knackered when the over extra time came out. So it's about wearing them down. It's not always going to be out the gate, but I want to ask you guys this because it's driving me a little bit crazy lately. Do you guys get frustrated sometimes by Keenan Dewsbury Hall constantly taking that extra touch, looking for his left? He's way too dependent on it. If he wants to reach that next level, we need to have him using both feet. It costs him a lot. And I'm not talking about this game. I'm talking about frequently.
Brad?
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. I think sometimes he seems to charge forward and then he takes the own impetus out of his own attack by kind of either putting the brakes on or looking left to see if Mavididi's there. And that's something that you could relate back to Harvey Barnes in a way, couldn't you, Chris? Because there were some performances or at least a half a performance sometimes with Barnes where the frustration would be with him is he's not driving forward, driving to the box. Don't, you know, we know it's a team game, but sometimes have that little bit of greed. Get your head down, drive at them, because sometimes the option was better maybe for him to race through than it was to pass, and he just seemed to get them moments wrong. And a bit of a case with Mavididi as well. They seemed to drive when there was too many bodies in the way, and they seemed to want to pass it when maybe there was a gap. So yeah, I'm a little bit
looking at the match as I just have been from my side. It hasn't just been Kieran Dewsbury Hall. It has been Fatawa. It has been Mavididi. And a few others as well that just seem to want to, as I said, we want to score the perfect goal.
Yeah, it's almost like we're trying to perfectly wrap it up, aren't we, Chris?
I feel that. I mean, everybody, would. I mean, I'm not having a go here, Luke, but in that first game when KDH got 2 screamers against Coventry, he wasn't doing it then. But I do know what you mean. And I wouldn't argue with the fact that he's been doing that, but so has virtually most of the Leicester strikers. Fatawa. I mean, Fatawa at one point, Luke, he broke down the right-hand side. He'd got past the player with a lovely turn. And instead of at that point where he'd got the space to put the ball in, decides to run with the ball across the back line and lose it out. All right, we've got a corner. But I'm thinking, like, why are you doing that? Why aren't you just going for it? Getting the ball into the box.
I know. He started real exciting for the first 8 minutes, and then he just gradually just got a bit, how do I put this, adventurous. I think that if anyone's going to get subbed,
we've had a sorry to interrupt you there, Luke. We have had a substitution at half time. James Justin, I can see on my screen, just taking some water. He's coming on, so he has made a change at least. Right. Typically, my stream. Okay. Yeah, Justin's taking some water. Maybe that's Doyle coming off. I'm trying to figure out who it is.
Is that his first half-time sub?
The players are back out on the pitch and going to come out.
It's not. I don't think so.
At full time. Thank you very much for your thoughts, guys. And let's hope we talk.
It is Doyle. It's Doyle coming off, by the way, just so you know, Chris.
All right, mate. Yeah, it's literally just come up on my screen now. Thanks very much, guys. I will see you after the 90.
See you at full time, mate.
Cheers. Thanks a lot, guys. Yeah, Doyle off. No doubt we will hear what's going on there. So, second half kicked off. So, Justin on for Doyle. I'm just going to see if there's any news. So Leicester now attacking the goal. It's a goal! Oh no! Whoa! So corner was deflected over the bar. Just when I was trying to update some information, indeed he crossing the ball. Vardy heads it, doesn't get a clean hit on it. Mavididi pulls it back, and Dewsbury Hall he's tackled as he's trying to make the shot, and it goes over the bar. What a start. What a start to the second half. Dewsbury Hall, outswinger to the far side. Does Vestergaard get to it? No. So Fatawa's got it off. No, it's a goal kick. It's a goal kick. Whoa. Guys, don't be so thickened to give the guy advertising space. I'm going to have to go in and delete all your comments now. God's sake, I mean, I do wonder about people's IQ sometimes. I'm going to have to be honest with you. I'm sorry if I'm annoying you, but come on. And the only way I can get rid of your comments is to put you in timeout. So I'm sorry. If you're stupid enough to think that that is him and you want to give him the publicity, then I banned him straight away and I've had to put you out onto timeouts. I'm sorry. Indeed, he first into the books. Indeed, he heads it in, but he's headed away there from defence by Bristol City. Yeah, looks like we are being a bit quicker in the second half. Jerry Taggart's just saying now. The moment Bristol City cannot get it out of their own half. They do now, but it's a long hoof ball up forward, and Faze gets to it first, and it's back to Manson. Plays across to, Ricardo comes away with it now. This is fast movement now from Leicester. Tarwi gets the ball across. Mavadidi. Oh. Harry Winks was asking for the pass there. So indeed now. Oh, come on, that's got to be a free kick. Yes, it is. Being pulled back there and yellow card, quite rightly. I think that's the first yellow card of the game. Oh, that was a desperate... Yeah. Williams there, pulling him back. If he wants a shirt that much, wait till the end of the game and ask to swap with it, mate. Joe Williams gets a yellow card there. Oh, lovely turn there by Fatu. Ricardo can't get me words out. Dewsbury Hall can't control it. He's surrounded. Every time a Leicester player gets in that box, he's finding himself surrounded by 3 or 4 Bristol City players. Free kick there. It's another booking, is it? Yeah, I think. Oh no, yeah. I didn't see whether it was a booking or not, but Dewsbury Hall gone down. He was holding the side of his head. Oh no, he didn't catch his head, so it's a free kick to Leicester now. The Bristol goalkeeper looks like he's been in a paint shop, so a quick free kick. It's played out to Fatawa on the far side. Faze, Ricardo, not quite finding the Leicester player. Leicester still have the ball with Winks, turns on the ball, plays it forward, but Dewsbury Hall disappointingly doesn't take it under control. But it goes straight to Ricardo. He's thinking about a shot from... Oh, that's another free kick. And we're getting closer with these free kicks. Another yellow card. Suddenly the cards are coming thick and fast, like Christmas. And it is still 0-0 though. Luton are losing to Wolves, so their poor streak continues. I just hope they're living the dream. I really do. Plymouth 4, Norwich 0. Oof, oof, oof. Yannick Vestergaard's not going to take a free kick, is he? Dewsbury Hall, Yannick Vestergaard, Harry Winks. Wow. Yes, he is. Oh. Vestergaard. If he'd have scored that. Wow. But he does get a corner kick out of it. I was thinking that. Indeed, Gray. Indeed. Oof. So it's a throw in now. It's back out with the bad corner. It's kicked straight clear. James Justin with the throw in here on the near side. Remember now, Leicester all in blue, kicking from right to left, kicking towards the Kop. Bristol City red and white top, white shorts, red socks, kicking left to right. And it's Justin now, hugging the near touchline, places it to Winks. Ricardo's got the ball, just turns on it slightly, gets it out to Faze. Fatawa there, 1-2. Indeedy. Fatawu gets a lovely cross in. Oh! Has he gone in? No! Oh my God! What a save from the Bristol City goalkeeper. But now Justin brings it back in. Oh, indeed, he just couldn't keep it quite under control. Oh, what an effort that was. Wow. Superb header from Dewsbury Hall. Sorry, Luke. What an effort! Wow, it was a good cross from Fatah. It was a great header from Dewsbury Hall, but it was a good save at the other end. Oh. Oh, now Leicester City going forward. Dewsbury Hall again. Fatah catches one the loose ball on the far side, clips it in. Mavididi! Oh God! Oh my God! How is this game still 0-0? Oh, I don't. What have we got to do to get this ball in the net? There's a triple substitution coming up now from Bristol City, or will the corner be able to take him? I think the corner will be taken first. Dewsbury Hall over the ball. It's the near side. Referee's having a word with a couple of players, one Leicester, one Bristol. Indeed, he is the Leicester player. He's shadowed by Mavididi. Bristol City are waiting for the substitution to be made, but here comes Dewsbury Hall. Puts his arm up. Crosses it in. It's an outswinger all the way through. Oh. I mean, it's a good corner. Oh. Justin catches it, but he just can't get any direction on it. So a triple substitution here coming for Bristol City. We should be. Don, I think yes. Any time we could be seeing that 57 minutes gone. So. I don't know why they're taking the time to get off the pitch, because at the end of the day, it's going to come back and.
What? I'm Premier League. I am elite. I am proper elite.
No.
I am Grinda.
So that finally they made all their substitutions. Throw into the City on the far, Bristol City on the far side, and it's another one near the halfway line. Blackburn have got one back against Ipswich. It's now 3-2. When will Enzo think it's the right time to make some substitutions? At the moment, it's Bristol City that are cutting through the defence. Oh, nearly giving it away. We get away with that one, Leicester, a little bit of neat play in defence, but we managed to bring it clear. Winks in the middle, into Ricardo. It's just different role for him today, Ricardo. Out to Fatawi. Oh, lovely jinx past the player there by Fatawi. Excuse me. So Winks. So Abadidi to Winks. And Justin. Fatawi might be injured. He's holding his foot. Oh, he's got the ball now. Let's see what he can do. Plays it from Faze, but he gets in and plays it back to Faze. Crosses it over, long crossover, and it's all the way over out for a goal kick. We're just going up to 60 minutes on the clock. It certainly looked more dangerous, Leicester, in this half. We just haven't had that breakthrough, though. I mean, Brad did say, I don't know if anybody agrees with this, that they feel that Bristol have come for the point. Have they? That is very true, Luke. Jeff, hello, welcome back. I think so, Jeff. I think once we get one, then who knows? The Leicester players are warming up here, so we're going to see some substitutions being made. It's back with the Bristol City goalkeeper. Oh. They're playing it around dangerously at the back, and they give the ball away, but they can't control it, Leicester. But we've got it back again. Is that a free kick? Yes, it is. So, coming forward, the free kick's quickly taken short. Winks on the ball. Fast. Oh, plays. Oh, that looked bad. That's going to be bad. Fouls. He missed the ball. He lost it. And then he tried to get it back. He took the player out. And I think you could almost say took one for the team. It could do, Gray. You could be right. That's the one we've got to watch. Yeah. I think there might be a bit of A bit of frustration coming out there, but it's Leicester's first card, and it's a yellow one to Wout Faes, which is a free kick, quickly taken again. It's in the centre of the park now, in the centre circle for Bristol City. They've got a ball in. Oh, he's wide. He's clear. Oh, great blocking by Justin. But they haven't got it away yet, Leicester. It's crossed over. Oh, Hermansen there goes down and takes the ball, stopping the cross coming in. But Leicester there. I mean, Justin, he'd let his player loose behind him, but he covered well. He covered well. And then when they got the cross in, Hermansen went down to stop the ball going anywhere and picked the ball up. And now Leicester got the ball with the defence and they're bringing it out. 62 minutes gone now. We're running out of time. We are running out of time. 58 minutes gone. Please go. 58 people watching, sorry. Please, if you are new, subscribe. Do appreciate it. It's free. And whether you subscribed or not, please like the video. It does help the channel. Vitaru now on the far side. It's had a good game, but it's just been unlucky. I don't think the whole Leicester team, you could say, has been unlucky. So James Justin now in the middle to Dewsbury Hall. Back to Justin. Justin plays 1-2 with Winks. Fass has got the ball. Drops it over, all the way over here to Mavadidi. Oh, he just couldn't get that final touch in, but we've still got it in the middle of the field now with Vestergaard. Oh. A long clear out by Bristol City. They weren't bothered where it went. They just wanted to get it out. I think it's getting a bit like that for Bristol City. Yeah, Jerry Taggart's just saying there, what we had in those first 5-10 minutes of the second half, we haven't had. Oh, lovely ball from Ndidi, but it was behind all the players. Is it going to be one of those games? Should have, could have, would have. Ndidi now. Oh, it's a penalty, surely! Yes! Yes! That had to be a penalty. Ricardo taken down. Ndidi, twinkle toes himself. 66 minutes now. Oh, is this going to see the breakthrough that we need? Yeah. Jamie Vardy. Jamie Vardy to take it. There goes Jamie Vardy. Yes! Get it! What a brilliant bloody penalty that was! That was top corner. Nobody was going to get to that. No goalkeeper on this planet would have got to that. Leicester City get what they deserve. It is 1-0 to Leicester. Jamie Vardy, get your vodka out. Get your Charlie out. What a penalty. Nobody was getting that. Nobody. What a shot. Right, let me just update this. Jerry Taggart just said, 2 keepers aren't saving that. No, they are not. What? That is, if you want to see how to score a goal, that is it. Oh, I can't even type. There we go. 1-0 Leicester City. Jamie Vardy scores. Now that's woken the crowd up. 1-0. Yes. Oh, we should have this.
Go! Back of the net.
Indeed. If only I had my 2-2 with me, I'd have put it on and be doing that myself. 1-0 Leicester City. 68 minutes on the clock. And that's put us top of the table. Oh, Vardy running through it there. He was offside. Oh, what a goal. What a goal. What a goal. Oh. Now, Leicester do deserve the advantage. They were doing their best to sort of hold on with Bristol. Oh, dear. Wow. I think we scored, guys. I think we scored. Indeed, Scott, indeed. Yeah, I feel get in, never in doubt. Grace singing away. Well done, mate. Paul's in, yes, thank you. Thank you, True. Gray, yes, it is truly deserved. Blue Army. Enzo going straight back up. I can't remember how the song goes now. Get in. Yeah. Straight back up. Leicester City. Straight back up. I say. Straight back up. Leicester City. Playing football the Enzo way. That was the one. And I'm sorry for singing, guys. Please stick with me. I won't do it again. Leicester alive. Hello. I knew it was coming. Oh, LCFC. No. It was the best penalty I think I have ever seen. Now then, Leicester, 70 minutes. 70 minutes gone. Leicester City sitting top of the table as it stands. Luton have equalised against Wolves. Still Man City 2, Forest 0. In this league, Ipswich 3. Blackburn have equalised against Ipswich. That's why we're top 3-3. Ipswich 3, Blackburn 3. Leeds 0, Watford 0. Leicester 1, Bristol City 0. Middlesbrough now gone 2-1 up against Southampton. Plymouth 5, Norwich 0. Rotherham 1, Preston 1. Swansea 2-0 up now against Sheffield Wednesday. West Brom Millwall is still 0-0. Leicester City a point clear at the top now. Preston second. Ipswich are to third. Wow. So, whew. Oh. Is that Aussie dollars, mate? Is that Aussie dollars? Dewsbury Hall now coming forward. Plays it out. Mavadini plays him a bit wide. Probably wasn't the perfect ball, but he's kept it in. Plays it back to Justin. Oh, who's blocked there and gets the free. No, he gets advantage. But it's not. Mavadini. Oh, he plays Dewsbury Hall across. Oh, it was a bit of a hard cross, to be honest with you. Way. Spot on, Chris. Yeah. I just couldn't get the tune in my head. You know, I know the words, but I just couldn't get it as soon as you typed it out. Aren't we all, Tasman? Aren't we all? What a penalty. What a penalty. I can hear the fans cheering in the pubs up the street. Our Luton fans. Fair play to Luton. I like to see the little clubs do well. Now, Justin now down this left-hand side. Tried to play Mavadidi in and it didn't quite work out for him. But now Bristol City, can they get an equaliser? Oh, and he's kicked it over the top. We got away with that one, Leicester City. No, he got a shove in the back there, Justin, so it's a free kick to Leicester City. So Fatuo comes off and Mavadidi comes on. It's not been Fatuo's game. Excuse me. He's played well. And I'm trying to get that, Gray. I'm trying to get and the going gets tough. Going up. I don't think the going up is Billy Ocean, is it? Certainly not when the going gets tough. Anyway, it's with Hermansson at the moment. So, Leicester trying to just get it forward here. So, 77 minutes now. So, Mavadidi, McAteer now. Oh, lovely back heel there from in. Who was that? Was that in? Yeah, that was Mavadidi. Oh no, Bristol City now. Oh, that was like a. Leicester Tigers would have been pleased with that shot. McAteer now. Mavadidi, come on, somebody! Oh, it goes out for a corner. So 9 minutes to go. It's a corner kick. Leicester comes in. It's headed clear, but it's back to Dewsbury Hall. What's going to come here? 9 minutes to go. Is it? Have Bristol got it in them to get a goal back? I'm not sure that they have, to be honest with you. When you look at the stats, they've had 4 shots to our 14. So you probably have to say no, but you just don't know. This is football. Ipswich 3, Blackburn 3, Leeds 2, Watford 0, Leicester 1, Bristol City 0, Middlesbrough 2, Southampton 1, Plymouth 5, Norwich 1. Oh, Rotherham 1, Preston 1, Swansea 2, 3 now, Sheffield Wednesday 0, West Brom 0, Millwall 0. Oh, Ricardo there. He went for it, and why not? Why not? So Sheffield Wednesday, rock bottom as things stand. As it stands at the moment, we are 8 points clear of 4th. You're quite right, Scott. I thought Bristol City might have given Andy James a bit of a run out, but he's not one for sentiment, is he? Oh! Oh no! Oh my God! What the hell happened there? Hammerson actually dropped the ball. The cross came in, and then got it back again now, Bristol City. He went for the ball, he dropped it. Not sure whether it was a block or it hit the woodwork. We're living a charmed life at the moment, Leicester City. Whoa, 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 whoa. My heart's not going to... It's not going to last. Oof. It's a throw into Bristol City here. He's trying to get a free kick was the Bristol City player. He got a throw in. That was as much as I think he was ever going to get there off Mavadidi. But, making you nervous. Making me nervous. Cheeky Scott. Oh, apparently Nacho and Cassidy are poised to come on. Please. Oh, Mavadidi won it now. Dewsbury Hall's got all the space to move forward and he's using it. Plays it out to Mavadidi to his left. We play it back, but that came from the bench. Enzo said, look, calm it down, don't risk it. And it's all the way back with Hermanson now. I don't think he wanted to risk it and risk losing the ball on the break. Indeedy now. Oh, Indeedy, lovely turn. Twinkle toes there. Wow. I cannot get over who this Indeedy is. Oh, wasn't the best finish, unfortunately, but my God, what he's doing with his feet at the moment is nobody's business. Hey, if you're still watching, mate, looks like you were kicked out. I don't know what happened there. I think it was in error. I think we were after somebody else and you just got caught up in it. So apologies, if you are watching. Mavadidi coming away now. Oh, indeed, he shoots. Man United better. That's why they're playing with Evans and Maguire at the back, isn't it? Oh. So let's have a look. 2 changes about to be made for Leicester City. So Ndidi and Vardy coming off, Cassidy and Iheanacho coming on. Ndidi looks absolutely knackered. Excuse me. Now, I thought he might come on at the end there. But unfortunately not. Yeah, we don't really need an excuse to play it, do we? But I think we should do anyway. Why not? So it's Dewsbury Hall coming forward now. Plays it across, but it is cleared not very far by Bristol City. Playing it out to the right now. Oof. Got away with that one. Thankfully, Vestergaard was awake. We are on 88 minutes now. So, Justin. So it's a free kick now to Bristol in a dangerous position. Emerson up and gets it. Mavadidi, that was a quick throw out now. Leicester on the break. Winks now with the ball. Inside into Cashaday. McAteer on the far side. Dewsbury Hall out to Mavadidi. Oh, can't quite get it into a suiting position, and Dewsbury Hall Inacho gets a corner. It's one good ball by Inacho, but he gets a corner from it. Oh, come on. Where's that final whistle? So Justin, Leicester now coming forward. It's with Dewsbury Hall on the near side. 4 minutes. There are 4 minutes, ladies and gentlefolk. And you know what that means? Because there's 4 of them. Yep. So Justin now running at the defence to Dewsbury Hall, out to Mavididi, cuts it into the box, plays it across. Iheanacho. Oh, and Iheanacho. I mean, in fairness, it's difficult when you come on and you've got like 3 or 4 minutes left to actually get into the game and get your shots and everything right. And he couldn't get it. Came out to Dewsbury Hall, and it did go a little bit, shall we say, high wide, and not very pretty. Oh no, he was just in the earlier one where Hermansen went up for it and dropped it. I think Justin got in the way of it. So, Oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, maybe teams are learning, but look, it's a dangerous free kick. The sun is in Hermansson's eyes. Don't know why he's not wearing a cap. Oof. Ipswich 4, Blackburn 3. Wow, what a 7-goal thriller there at Portman Road. So the 4 minutes are up. Oh. Oh, it's down into Hermansson's hands. What a time to concede a late goal. There's the whistle. We've done it. We're top of the league. Leicester City just carry on 1-0 today. That is enough. The penalty was enough. It took the penalty to beat Bristol City. Fair play to them. I'll be back.
It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home.
Leicester Till I Die podcasts on the Apple iTunes, Spotify, Google, Anchor, and all podcast platforms.
Something is coming. Something big to this podcast. The TalkSport Fan Network is the ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts,
including Leicester Till I Die, independent analysis and reaction for the Foxes faithful.
The TalkSport Fan Network.
Unbeatable club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Follow the podcast on the TalkSport Fan Network.
The Premier League? That's so last season. It's all about the Championship here on LTID TV.
Now that's what I call football.
You hit the right spot.
Indeed. There we go. Look, let me just try and get this back into perspective here. Don't know why that won't do that, but there we go. So look, there's the table as things stand. We are still waiting for a few results to come in. The whistle's gone at, obviously, at the King Power, and we are looking at Leicester City 1, Bristol City 0. Middlesbrough have beaten Southampton, so Southampton's poor run continues. It's 4-3, Ipswich 4, Blackburn 3, Leeds 3, Watford 0. Plymouth 5, Norwich 2, Rotherham 1, Preston 1, Swansea 3, Sheffield Wednesday 0, West Brom 0, Millwall 0. But as we look at that table there, how good does that look? Yes, going up, playing football the Enzo way. That's what we are going to be doing. I mean, it was a bit worrying, but look, you know, it's 3 points, whether it's 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. But we'll just keep you updated as the results come in, and we'll just We are top of the league. Say we are top of the league. Thank you, Luke. I'm not going to mention yours because I'm guessing it didn't work out well. Well, hey, says LCFC. The cap issue with our Specialist Goalkeeper Association member. Not sure what you're on about there, Scott. Yeah, I did look concerned at the end. I've got to be honest with you. It was a bit of a dangerous free kick. Rowan Tree, yes, not the big win I thought, but it's a win, and we are top of the league. That is it. That is it. Job done. 110 million, thousand, trillion, billion squared percent, mate. Yes. You had me worried, Chris. You looked downcast and not said anything. It was just literally a free kick from where that was. It was like perfect James Maddison territory, so you know whereabouts it would be. And they were in the sort of the 94th minute. Middlesbrough beating Southampton 2-1. That's blown for full time. Good old Vardy. I'm sure Boris is having one, and it was a superb penalty. God Almighty! If you want to take a penalty, if you want to look at how to take a good penalty, that is the way to do. That's the way to do it. I thought the same exactly. LCFC. Us getting relegated was the best thing that could have happened. It was needed. It was, as I often say, it's like when we went down to League One. We needed that reset. Otherwise, we'd have just made a few changes, and it would have been like putting a plaster over open heart surgery. Let's have a look. Jamie Vardy. Wow, yes. Nobody else is going to take that penalty. Gave us a much needed reset. Paul says, good win for Leicester City. Juggernaut goes on, winning in style or grinding results out. I mean, you wouldn't. I think it was a grind. We did really grind that out, didn't we? Thanks, Chris. Going to ring my son and see how his team got. Say hello from me, Jeff. Do say hello from me. His son is a Nottingham Forest fan. Jamie Vardy's magic. Yeah, he was indeed. Right, we're waiting to see Kate. It could be a while, but as soon as Kate comes in, we'll bring her in and we'll take Brad and Luke out. But just while we're waiting for that, let me just bring the guys in. And let me just do that, and do that. Gents, well, we were made to work for that. But Brad, what a penalty.
Yeah, the weirdest thing is, maybe it's my goalkeeping spidey senses, but I said, as I was looking at the TV, I was like, he'll go that way, so he's got to go high because the keeper will go that way as well. And he put it right in the top corner. It was a bit of a relief, but there was only ever going to be one winner. If a team was going to win that game, there was only ever one team that was going to walk away with the 3 points. And I may be saying something a little bit controversial, I don't know. I think that was our most comfortable performance of the season in terms of controlling the game and the tempo of it. I think it was 70 odd minutes before Bristol City had a shot towards our goal, and then the free kick at the end was probably the only one they had on target. So it shows you how in control we really were in that game. Plymouth have made it 6-2 against Norwich. Sorry,
I know. I don't know what's happening to a couple of these teams. Luke, looking a bit like David Nugent, if I may say so. There, you've got a bit of rocking the nudes look.
Yeah, I think it was Brad that actually said it the first time after I jumped off air. The first time I come on, I don't know, maybe a little bit.
Nudes is in the studio, not here, obviously. Get down, David. Down. No, he's in the studio, so I can see him. Twinkle Toes Indeedy winning the penalty.
I feel like does it look like we've signed a new player of Ndidi or what? Some of his dribbling today was absolutely sensational. It's just insane. He's getting better every game, just like old mate Loverboy.
I mean, look, am I being unfair in saying that if Ndidi was a half decent finisher, we'd have the perfect player almost? I mean, it's a bit disappointing when he gets into that space that he creates and then he hits a daisy cutter straight at the goalkeeper. Am I expecting too much? I think I possibly am.
Is that to me?
Maybe, but with how...
Sorry.
Sorry, mate. With how rapidly he's improving with this new role he's playing, maybe he will develop that. It's probably a bit late, but he might get better. He has scored a few goals already, but yeah, I think we're all been a bit picky and expecting a bit much. But
I think I am. Would you say I was, Brad, with that one?
Yeah, I think you are really. It's not really his job and responsibility in that midfield to be getting the goals. He's probably going above and beyond the call of duty, as you'd say. He's twinkle toesing and ballerina twirling in the box, winning penalties, which is great. But if you were looking at the midfield in the central department for goals, you're looking either side of him for that. So. But who knows? The way he's going at the moment, he might become the world's best striker in the championship if Enzo can keep improving him. You never know what could happen.
I mean, I know I keep saying this, but another good game, Brad, for Vestergaard.
It was. There was a lot of good games out there by individuals today. I mean, he wasn't really tested, with the greatest respect to Bristol City in an attacking sense, but he did his job very well. I don't think there was many a performance that you don't really look at. I think they didn't have a good game. Everybody, including the subs that came on, whether they came on at half-time or near the end, they all played really well when they came on. And yeah, it's showing why he's staying in the side ahead of some other choices that are in his team.
Yeah. Any performance that stood out for you, Luke?
Yeah, indeedy. But I will say to Vestergaard, though, he's getting more and more confident as well. You could see it in the last game, but that first half, he's taken that extra second. He even made a few roving runs forward, like not as ambitious as FaZe does sometimes, but it's really good to see him getting more and more confident. And what I like about it is I like being wrong, but also how bitter would we have all have been if he had just left and we never really see him play at all. At least we're seeing some return for that money that we spent on him under Bell and Rodgers.
Yes, yeah. Would all, Brad? I mean, yeah, I don't think you were, to be honest with you, looking at or listening to what you were saying before.
No, I really wasn't. I honestly, I know this. It's sometimes in football you have a scoreline and you look at it, and then you hear that the scoreline flattered a certain side, whether that's a heavy win that wasn't really actually that kind of game or a game like this. I think, look, first of all, credit to Bristol City. I said at half-time, they've come here for nil. They've come here for 0 at both ends, and they nearly got through it. If it wasn't for Twinkle Toes and Didi, bamboozling the defender, it may well have ended that way. But Leicester upped that tempo and just completely controlled a game. And I think that is the most comprehensive 90 minutes of practically all of that was 90 minutes domination by Leicester, barring probably 30 seconds here and there where Bristol got near our box. I mean, I had to stream it, as you know, and I had Bristol TV or whatever it is, their version of what Leicester do. And even they said Bristol just got nowhere near Leicester in an attacking sense. And the scoreline doesn't reflect how in control of the game I think we were. I think if you just swapped the Southampton scoreline around with how the game went, you would have maybe gone that they were more fitting in how the performance was, because we were truly, truly dominant. And again, there was not an ounce of me that thought Bristol are going to nick it here. I mean, until Hamadson tried to do it as best he can with his butterfingers, but that aside, it was completely dominant and probably our most controlled 90-minute performance.
I was a bit worried with that free kick at the end, Luke, simply because a free kick from that position takes a bit of a knock, an edge off somebody, and it can end up. But that was my only worrying bit. They never looked like scoring, did they?
No, never. I think you were just worried because Ward probably would have let that in.
Oh, controversial.
That was nasty, wasn't it? Sorry, I take that back.
That was controversial, Hubert. That's all I was saying.
Oh.
Where's that remove button? Where's that remove button? Remove from...
Yeah.
But just to quickly then run through the final scores as they stand, and then we'll look at the table. So it was Ipswich 4, Blackburn Rovers 3. Whoa, a 7-goal thriller there. Leeds turning the form round. Leeds 3, Watford 0. Leicester City 1, Bristol City 0, as we know. Middlesbrough 2, Southampton 1. Their poor form goes on. Plymouth 6, Norwich 2 at the end. My God, what's happening to Norwich and Southampton? Seem to be
It's almost like you play Leicester, Chris, and it falls apart for you, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Rotherham 1, Preston 1. Swansea 3, Sheffield Wednesday 0. West Brom 0, Millwall 0. So let's have a look and let's bring the table up here.
Can't wait to see this. Thank you, Rotherham.
You'll have to wait a little bit because I'm going to start at the bottom.
Boo.
Let's just drag it out a little bit. So bottom 3, Middlesbrough finally getting their first win of the season. Rotherham getting a point. Sheffield Wednesday, it's looking all doom and gloom. Well, they're not out of it, obviously, but they need something, and they need something quickly. Swansea there, 21st, and Stoke, Coventry. What a shame for Coventry, eh?
Yeah.
They play today?
No, they play tomorrow. You've got Stoke, Hull, Sunderland, Cardiff, and Coventry, Huddersfield tomorrow.
QPR, Huddersfield there. Southampton down into 15th. Whoa. Blackburn down into 14th. West Brom up into 13th. Then you got Cardiff, Plymouth. Let me move this one up a little bit. Millwall in 10th. Birmingham City in 9th. They're down. Bristol City. Yes. To our friend from Bristol City, enjoy your steak and chips, mate. Hull City down to 7th. Okay, let's bring the top 6 in. There we go. Norwich City, 6th. Well, 13 points. Leeds United into the playoffs, into 5th on 13th. Look at their form, though. Drawn 1, drawn 1, drawn. Sunderland, 4th. Non-mover with 13 points. And a huge 7-point gap to... 7-point gap to Preston North End in 3rd on 20, and 8 points ahead of 4th. Literally, guys, we are 9 points clear of 7th place. Both Ipswich and Leicester. Leicester being on top by having the better goal difference. Although Ipswich obviously been scoring the more goals, but let them in as well. Luke, how good does that look, mate?
I'm looking at it now. It looks beautiful. And it's early days, and just keep reminding yourself.
That's me you're looking at. Look at the table. How does the
table? He said beautiful, not god awful.
I think it's early days. The Maresca system is still developing, and we just keep reminding ourselves of the depth we have, and it's going to separate us from a lot of these teams. And as the season progresses, again, I got to keep telling myself to rein it in because I don't want to jinx this, but it's getting hard to not get pretty excited at this point. Win, ugly, big score, ugly, however you want to call it. We're getting these results, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, I mean, it is, and I said this at the start, I think, didn't I, Brad? You don't want to come across as cocky and overconfident because you know what follows that. But it's hard not to, like Luke said, isn't it?
It is, but this is kind of like that period where maybe now Leicester fans, we're 8 games into the season, kind of breathing a little bit easier. The shoulders feel a little bit more relaxed, and that's because, this was maybe the expectation. You mentioned you've gone through the league table there. Southampton where? Sorry, 15th. So, Leeds, okay, they're on the climb, fair enough, but they're not in the top 3. Norwich are slipping out. They're 9 points off us, which means they're 9 points off automatic. Maybe not Norwich, actually might have been Hull, you said, 7th, whoever 7th. So, but these teams that had the expectancy and the weight on their shoulders to actually perform, us as fans were given reasons and going, okay, well, it might not be that well. With the pressure from the pundits and all the rest of the blokes that never kicked a ball in a day's life and don't know much about it, would have been expected to see Leicester top and starting to make that inroads. And, a league's never won. And a promotion's never secured in the first 8 games, or 8 to 10 games. It's just certainly not. But like we said in the pre-match, all of us pretty much agreed that you want to have that cushion. And like you said, a 7-point gap between the chasing pack. You've got a 9-point gap for worst case scenario, it's already looking good. And like I said, it's another win. It's throwing more points on the board, and that's all we can keep doing.
We would need to lose 3 games probably to drop out the top 3. It does give you that cushion, doesn't it? And it's nice to have that cushion. You don't want to lose games, obviously, and we have to sort of look at it and go, look where Burnley were last season and look where they are this season, and we know it's going to be there. It's going to be interesting. In fact, Luke, it's going to be very, very interesting, our game on Wednesday against Liverpool, to see how far we've come from the side that played reasonably well pre-season but then had a mad half hour and we lost 4-0 to playing them this week in the Carabao Cup. It's going to be a gauge of how far we've come, really, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's going to be very interesting because they played quite strong when we played. It was a friendly, but I think they were trying to get minutes in their legs for all the boys. But I think they won't play as strong this time. But what's interesting is what kind of team Enzo's going to field, how much changes is he going to make, how much subs are going to be like the Norwich with the C5 changes. I wouldn't be surprised. And probably going to see Stalacek in the as goalie as well. So, and just to touch on something you guys mentioned earlier with Kate, and you're worrying about keeping Enzo. Yeah, I would like to see contract extension if we go up, but let's not, like, hopefully for his sake, if he's clever, he's not going to do a Graham Potter and make a big jump too quick. You know, like, he's got something to work with here. He's been backed. This is an experiment that could go beautifully if all things being equal. That's right.
Yeah. I mean, look, from a goalkeeper's union point of view, Brad, nobody's stopping that penalty, are they?
No one's stopping that. That's one of them cliches where you could say you could have 2 keepers or 3 keepers and they're not saving it. You know, if you're going to hit them with power, put them out of the goalkeeper's reach. Anything that's mid to low, if it is a goalkeeper's dream, you know, diving to the corner or having it roughly about hip height is great. If it's going in the top corner, you dive instinctively because it's a penalty. But if that was a free kick where he's put that and he hits that into the top corner, the keeper's not moving. He's getting beat all the time.
Yeah. I can very loudly hear you typing, Luke.
Sorry, mate, I won't do that again.
No, it's all right. It's just, my mind's concentrating on that over Brad saying. Don't know what that says about Brad, to be honest with you.
Wow.
Sorry, Brad.
Sorry, mate.
And I had a question for you then. I mean, yes. I mean, had he missed that, my heart was in my mouth. But you know, that is if you're going to show a young team of like 7-8-year-olds, and all right, mate, you know, I'm just picking that age out the hat, Luke. That and saying this is how you take a penalty. That's what you want to be showing them, isn't it?
That was beautiful. Crack the net like that. That was sexy.
Again, short and sweet, not unlike myself.
It's a nice counterbalance to me, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, Luke, do you think that had he missed that, and I know it's all ifs, buts, and he didn't, could we still have gone on and won the game?
Absolutely, but he didn't miss it. He cracked the net. Oh, yeah. JB Vardy.
Yeah, indeed. And I just want to put, and I know Brad is not a lover of the old stats, but I'm going to put them up anyway. But we did have total and utter domination of that game, didn't we, Brad? I mean, looking at that there, 69% possession, 19 shots to their 6, 7 to their 1. You know, they didn't have a corner in the whole game. My God, when was the last time we went through a game and didn't have a corner?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think them stats are wrong. I don't even remember Bristol having 6 shots. I don't know where they plucked one of them together. Maybe they just started to make some up, because honestly, that shows the dominance. That's just, this is one of them occasions where you can look at them sort of stats, and they're the stats you concentrate on, and you can say, yeah, that was totally one-sided. How Bristol City got away with 1-0 is scarce to believe. But they defended well. You've got to give credit. I'm under the impression with Luke that even if we didn't, the way we was, even if Vardy didn't score that penalty, I think we would have broken them down eventually, because there's only so much pressure you can invite with before you something gives, and when you're often nothing going forward, you kind of have to in that sense. So yeah, that was a complete show of dominance by Leicester, and it's reflected in the stats.
Nigel Pearson's going to look at that and be disappointed, Luke.
I don't think so. Just everyone's probably expecting it to be a tough game without being arrogant when they come and play us. And as you can see, people are setting up really defensively against us. Maybe a little bit because, as you just said, we had 69% possession of the ball. That's absolutely brutal. But it wasn't a mugging. It was only one. Only conceded one goal. So maybe he's happy with that.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to put you two beautiful men in the back because we have the beasts in the back because we can bring beauty to the front. So bring you both back in a second, but go hi to Kate, who I am sure is extremely happy walking away from the King Power.
Very, very happy indeed. Yeah, really good result. Quite hard fought today, wasn't it? It was convincing in terms of possession, but I would rather have seen us have a few more shots, I think.
Yeah, I mean, well, we had, just looking then, we had 16 shots, I think it was. No, 19 shots, apparently. 7 on target to their 6 with 1 on target. I mean, from obviously, you're there, so you see it completely differently to how we see it. I was getting frustrated, and I just asked the guys there, if we hadn't got the penalty, would we still have broken Bristol City? I'm not sure we would have done. They think we would. What would you say on that one?
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. I thought we came out the blocks really well second half, though, which is good because we'd struggled with that recently and we'd conceded from the beginning of the second half as well. But yeah, I think the same. I think they were parking the bus a bit second half. That was clearly their game plan second half. And yeah, we did have a lot of possession. The intensity seemed to go up a bit in the second half. But again, we weren't really peppering the keeper or really testing them. A few times, a few of the players were reluctant to pull the trigger, like KDH, Mother Didi. So yeah, I tend to agree with you. I think it could have stayed 0-0 had it not been for the pen.
What a super! I don't know where you sit in the ground, but what a super!
I'm pretty much where the Match of the Day cameras used to be. So right on the very back row, opposite the tunnel. Nice. So we were pretty much nearly on the halfway line. So yeah, we had a good view, and it was a great penalty.
Nobody's stopping that, are they?
No, and the pure Jamie magic of just running the whole length of the pitch down to the away fans because they were giving him some shit about his wife as usual. So he just ran all the way down, wouldn't let anyone come near him to celebrate, just headed straight for the away fans and giving them his usual dogs.
Vardy.
Absolutely loved it. And was just pointing to his name on the back.
Sky interviewed him and they were showing him sort of highlights of his 10 seasons at the club. And one of the things that came up was his sort of banter with the fans. And like I said, that's what it is. You've got to have a bit of banter. They give it and they've got to take it. And it's important to be that. But
and most away fans forget that when you give him shit, he tends to get incentivized by that. And yeah, usually puts one in the back of the net. So it was great to see, and he thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah. What was more comeback? Well, because I don't think Andy King got on the pitch, unfortunately, did he?
No.
James, I so often wonder what could have been had James not been as injured. Because to me, he was the better of the two between him and Drinkwater, to be honest with you. But
I agree, yeah.
I mean, obviously, you're looking at Nigel Pearson on crutches.
Poor Nigel.
For them, though?
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Didn't really get any sort of cheering for Nigel throughout the game because he sat on his seat for the whole match. I mean, after the match, he did come over and clap the away fans, and then he stayed on the pitch and waved to us all. But he was really struggling. I think he's due a back operation imminently, and he couldn't stand up straight, to be honest. It was quite sad to see, so hopefully he recovers soon. And then Andy King and Matty James did a lap of honour at the end, which was just brilliant, and everyone was chanting Andy King's usual chant. Yeah, it was lovely, and they looked like they were soaking it all in, to be honest. It was nice to see, and they're two heroes of our club, really, aren't they? So
I love. Well, I mean, I've never met Matty James, but I do feel sorry for him with his injuries. Andy King, total legend. What a lovely guy he is.
Yep.
He's got time for everybody. But look, top of the league.
Yep.
21 points, 8 points clear of fourth, 9 points clear of seventh. Just give us the trophy now, eh?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're just going to be constant. We're going to be constantly looking, aren't we? The difference between us and third. That's going to be our main focus for the year. But yeah, it wasn't easy today as such, because there's going to be plenty of teams that come and do that to us, or even at their own grounds. But we passed them to death a bit at times. We were quite comfortable, slick. Yeah, we just looked first class in some areas, really, and we're just waiting for that final ball to click. KDH wasn't quite at the races today, but it didn't really seem to matter. Like we ground it out somehow. It was well won penalty by Wilf. It was never in doubt, was it? And Wilf Silky skills again. Twinkle Toes and Dee Dee was back out again today. I thought we'd signed with Zidane for a minute.
He just needs to sort of practice on his shooting, and I think we have one of them, you know.
I know. Zinedine and Dee Dee.
I mean, look at Norwich, lost again. Southampton are down in 15th. Are you worried that we're going to get to a point where we are going to sort of, wheels come off the wagon time and maybe have a bad run? I can't see it happening though at the moment.
Me neither, but there could be a possibility where we lose 2 on the bounce or something like that. Or just an anomaly result that comes where we get smacked for 5, like Norwich have done today. Or was it 6 in the end, actually? Yeah. So it could well be, because that's the manner of football sometimes. But we just got to keep discipline, keep playing our game. It was all about keeping the ball in the last 15 minutes. You could see that, because I think Mavadidi was getting frustrated that KDH didn't play a few forward balls to him. But it was just all about retention after that. After we'd scored, it was just about managing the game out, which we were so poor at last year, weren't we? So, you've got to do the simple things right when they matter.
That we had a break, and Mavadidi had got the ball. I think it would have been down your side.
Yeah.
And Enzo was sort of going like, calm it down, and the ball ended up all the way back at Hermanson, and you're thinking like, sensible, but because it had.
Yeah, sometimes it's not easy on the eye, but yeah, it's sensible, and these kind of discipline areas are what we've suffered so badly with last year.
Yes.
And we're, at the end of the day, this is a full-on, not dress rehearsal because it really matters, but we want to go up next year, if we do, as a proper finished article ready for Premier League football. And it starts with the basics, which we were getting so wrong last year.
Oh, we were. I'm going to let you go. I'm waiting for Alan to send me his official details, but your man of the match and rating, just to see how you compare to Alan.
I think I've just been talking about that, actually. Harry Winks, I think, for me. I thought he ran the show today.
Wasn't he?
Yep. Really good. A few stray passes, so he missed out on his 100% stats today, I think.
Yeah.
But you can't have everything, can you? But he did really well.
And
Will must have been a close.
For the team?
Probably an 8, I think. Never looked like slipping away, but similarly, I would like to see us be a bit more clinical in the final third.
Well, Kate, the sun is shining on you. Stop something about the righteous, doesn't it?
Exactly that, I know.
have a great rest of the week and enjoy.
Yes, Andrew.
Freeze on Monday.
Yes, thank you. I'll report back about that.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, we'll speak.
All right, see you later.
Have a good one. Thanks very much.
Andrew, bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay, so let me bring the ugly gang back together. Here we go, gentlemen. Brad, agree with pretty much what a lot of what Kate was saying.
Yeah, she was fairly spot on with her analysis. Easy for me to say, analyst of the game. It was comfortable. It was controlling. It was a little bit frustrating. We weren't able to create a few more chances, but again, when you've got 9 men in front of you, it's not easy to do when they're playing. They played a back 8 for most of that second half. Let's face it, that's where the midfield was. So you kind of go, okay, fair enough. But I think we could end up with 4 or 5 different opinions on who the man of the match was, and that's credit to the performance of the entire team, because I had a top 3, and I am still not sure which one I want to give it to be honest with you.
I'm going to go and ask Luke, and I'll come back and get yours.
Brilliant. It gives me time to think.
We'll see. We'll see how they compare to the official one when Alan sends his through. Luke, who was your man of the match?
For me, it was actually Ndidi.
Okay. I mean, I can't. I'm not arguing or saying who mine are, because I'm reserving judgment till I'm off camera. For Ndidi, and your score out of 10 for the.
For the team, probably a strong 7.
So 7 plus out of 10. I mean, indeed, he is a different player, Luke, isn't he?
It's absolutely amazing what Enzo's done for him, and it's even better that we've managed to keep him and revitalise his career, because it was a massive drop off for him the last season and a half. So I think it's excellent.
Yeah, Stuart agrees with you. Good old twinkle toes, he says. Look, you're saying about the shithousery there. I don't know if you've seen the video on Sky. Sky were doing it for his 10 years, and they talked about they always went through his highlights, and it was like his goal, his first league goal. Can you remember? Well, I can remember that. I'm old enough. I know Brad was there as well. Exactly. Yeah, that's the one. First goal in the 5-3, the old Mohican haircut. I'm sure that did something with with the speed that he went through the air. But he's great to see, doesn't it? He doesn't let it get to him.
No, it's awesome. I love Vardy. He doesn't take himself too seriously. He's got good banter as well, so it's good for morale as well. Gets all the crowd fired up. Brad,
I mean, we keep saying, look, I'm going to say this because I've admit I'm wrong on so many occasions. No, I'm the fat bastard I am because I'm eating so much humble pie. But Vardy, we've written him off. Every time he was on the ball today, he had 3 or 4 red shirts round him. So he's got that use. He's dropping deep. It's Ndidi that is now running ahead of Vardy, and Vardy is passing it on to Ndidi. Could we see an extension of Vardy's career, do you think, beyond this season?
There is always different parts to a player's career, Chris, and Vardy's going through the motions. Obviously, he had to go through the hardship of earning his graft. Obviously, we know on several occasions he nearly packed in football, didn't he? Famously, if it wasn't for Nigel Pearson, who was in the away dugout today, putting his arm around him, he may not have been a Leicester player, and it just shows you what it does. Players over transitions when they're in their young days, they develop, then they hit their peak, and then they they hit their prime, and then they hit their peak. And Jamie Vardy is levels above many strikers in the world, let alone in just the Championship. Because, like you said, Chris, and I said it, I've got no shame in saying it. We thought, okay, this is the season where the torch finally gets passed, and he's done. And okay, he scored a penalty. Maybe it's not what we expected from Vardy, but he's found a way. And you said it before the game. I think he's already setting 36. Be 37 in January. A 36-year-old in a footballing world is saying, I'm learning still. And we're seeing that side he's added to his game. The provider, the hustle and bustle, the hold the ball up. You go past me. I'll give you the chance to score. Not doing Jamie Vardy 4 years ago stuff. He's learned a new way to still be involved in the game at a very high level. And you just never know. He might play till he's 50. If Jamie Vardy could do a Stanley Matthews and play in his 50s for all I care the way he goes. It's amazing to think you can still teach an old dog new tricks, apparently, as Jamie Vardy's proving.
Could you, Luke, see Vardy dropping more into a sort of midfielder and provider? Could you see him doing that?
Yeah, you can, especially with how Enzo plays sometimes. Like you see Kelechi do it a lot, a drop real deep with his back to the goal, and that gives that chance as well. If he turns and the wingers both cut in across, almost like strikers to make that run, get them involved in the game. And if he does run forward, Vardy, he's drawing those defenders with him. So
yeah,
I definitely think you could take.
Yeah. As Ronald McDonald said, and it's making me want one, to be honest with you. Vardy is the GOAT. Get me a double cheeseburger and chips sorted, Ronald, would you, mate? Cheers, thank you. Brad, you've had your thinking time, your man of the match, and your rating out of 10.
It's a tough one because the three I had in mind was Winks and Didi, and funny enough, one that I think has been an unsung hero today is Ricardo Pereira. And I am actually going to stick to my guns of my original decision, and I'm going to give it to Ricardo Pereira. I thought he was captain today, and I think he did a very good job. He broke up any potential breakaway. He broke it up. He made mazy runs forward to get Leicester on the front foot.
Is he playing?
What?
Maisie playing?
I said, oh, for God's sake, why interrupt me when I'm on that? You threw me off. Anyway, shut up.
You Maisie was playing. I thought she was
I said he went on mazy runs, and that's you not listening properly. No. I mean, Maisie could have been on that pitch today and done well if she'd have been on there, knowing Maisie. But I meant Maisie runs, as in that. But I thought he was really unsung today because he broke a play, he kept going wide, helping, supporting. He was always an option for whether it was for Kieran Dewsbury Hall in the attack or whether it was for Vestergaard at the back. He was always found wanting the ball. He was always hungry, and he ran his socks off for 90 minutes. So maybe he's one that went under the radar by people, but I noticed it a lot on my stream. I'm going to give it to Ricardo Pereira.
I think he went unnoticed for me. I'll stick with you on this one, Brad, because you were talking about your choice. He went under the radar for me because I wasn't looking for. I was expecting obviously Ricardo. I expected to see him on the wing. He's not. He's playing in this central role, and he did it well.
Yeah, he did, and he's doing it well. And the thing is, he's one of them players, and I think we actually had this for a period when indeed he was really good in the Premier League, where we said not hearing him was probably a great thing. And sometimes he's one of them players that kind of, he gets the ball, but he gets the ball and moves it on so quickly that a commentator doesn't really say his name or doesn't really know. You see a player on it, you think, oh, you just assume it's someone else because you can't see a shirt number, you can't really see them. But he was everywhere, and every time he seemed to get a ball, before a commentator would think to say, indeed, Ricardo's got the ball, he'd pass it, and it sprung forward, and and that was what I saw of him. And again, it sounds horrible, but you're right, Chris, sometimes you just don't look for certain players. You're looking with your intent on who's going to be the guy that gets Leicester the lead, who's going to create this chance. So you're looking more at them players, as unfair as it may sound.
Commentating, Luke. I mean, don't know if you agree with that, but yeah, I hardly said his name because he didn't hang on to the ball for long. He was either breaking it up or getting it and playing it straight on.
Bit of both. I'll tell you, from my opinion, I agree with Brett. I understand why, because him and Winks are both integral as being, but basically those two sixes, when we play it out for the back, it all starts through them. And Ricardo has to be that last man back as that inverted wing back, so he doesn't have the opportunity to take it too far forward, so he feeds the ball pretty fast, whereas Wing roams up the field a bit more. So also, I feel like I've been thrown under the bus now, giving my man of the match first. I feel like I got to recant everything.
Well, no, because you
see it your way, mate. That's what it is.
Football, we all have our, choices. And now, last week, who got it last week, Brad? Can you remember?
I think Alan gave it to Chowdhury, didn't he?
Did. Yeah. Now, Alan's at the match, and I know from obviously when I went to see Southampton, what you see with players is not what you see on the telly.
It's not
at all. It's different. You see different things from players, and that's why when I was on your channel, Luke, I was saying about James. To me, he wasn't having a very good game because I could see different. What was happening off camera, if you like. And somebody came on, and they actually got a 3-day ban. The ban doesn't run out till tomorrow. They got a 3-day ban. They said, well, he should have gone to Specsavers. And my philosophy is never criticise the person that's making the post. If you can't add something to the post, then keep your mouth shut. Basically, if you're insulting, then you're out the group anyway. But he did get a 3-day ban, and I'm thinking like he never sort of said who he thought was man of the match. He just said, "Look, should have gone to Specsavers." Why? It's an opinion. You can have 11 players play that game, watch that game, and come up probably with 8 or 9 different options for man of the match. And so you look at it as if it's for you, that's who stood out for you, and that's all that matters, And can I just say, is it me, or does it really, really look like Brad's about to start playing the organ?
I know I don't know why I don't know why the table's so in view here. Let me see if I can take the table out of view, because it does look like it. It looks like I'm about to start speaking to the choir.
Now we're going to go, here comes the bride. Here comes the bride. So don't. I mean, never don't back yourself, Luke. You know what I mean?
Cheers, mate.
I'm asking for your opinion on who you think is man of the match. So I don't care what anybody else. I'm asking for for your opinion.
And I'll be honest with you, Luke. I was umming and ahhing between him and Ndidi anyway. So you're spot on with your decision making.
I would not have gone anywhere near Ndidi. I didn't think he had a very good game at all, but that's just me.
Well, it's all right, because you're allowed your opinion, Chris. It's just, unfortunately for you, yours is wrong. I'm joking.
In fact, this is what. Where is it? Bear with me here. Bear with me, because it's all.
Why have you got a bear with you? Why is a bear with you? They're dangerous, then.
You don't want to know what I do with my bear. Here we go. This is what people say to me.
Your opinion is wrong.
There we go. So, look, Brad, looking at those stats there, and I'm going to talk about stats while I'm still waiting for Alan to come get his signal. 19 shots, 6 for Bristol, 37% on target, only 17 for Bristol, and we managed to block 50% of those. So good at both ends from Leicester.
Yeah, solid at both ends, and that will win you games of football quite easily as well. I mean, that's what I meant when I said this is what I mean when I say this is the most comfortable 90 minutes I think Leicester had, because the one thing that I get it, and I think it's always going to niggle at some fans in that moment. That sometimes I could hear it on my stream, obviously because the commentators were sat in with the Leicester, well, not in with the Leicester crowd, but obviously the Leicester. So you could hear some fans shouting, get into them," and I was thinking, this is why footballers don't listen to us supporters, because that's the worst thing you can do. Because if Leicester had played that a bit differently, and 3 players had gone panic and rushed to the player and left gaps, Bristol City could have had more chances. They might have won the game. We kept it patient at both ends of the pitch in the build-up and defending, and that's why they were absolutely starved of anything decent. And that's why we got such a good percentage on the block ratio as well.
Brad, I never asked you for your rating.
Oh, my rating, I'm going to go for an 8. They won. It was brilliant. A couple more goals, I already gave them a 9, if I'm being honest with you. I think the scoreline keeps it as an 8.
But, Luke, I mean, I was saying to Kate there, and it highlighted it on my commentary. I don't know if it did on either of you guys. That towards the end, Mavadidi there was a great break on, and Mavadidi had the ball running down the left-hand side, and Makeza was going, calm down, and the actual move ended all the way back up at Hermansen. But yes, it would have been nice to get a second, but that just shows that he's reading the game, isn't he, Marqueza? And he's seeing that you can't do anything stupid here.
No, and Mavadidi also is a brilliant player, but also can be quite frustrating. But what I like a lot about him is he does track back, and that's something that we've been missing big time, especially of Harvey Barnes. So I thought he was excellent today. Definitely a bit frustrating, but he still creates so many chances. He's a really dangerous player.
Yeah. Brad, looking at that there, 730 passes to us, 333 to them, 920 touches to their 504. Thing was, they never got a corner kick in the whole game, which was interesting.
Yeah, because just as they were, see, this is what happens when you play 10 men behind the ball. You're frustrating the opposition until they eventually break you down like we did. All right, it was a penalty, but I still think we'd have broken down anyway. But you're passing it around your own half, and then we can apply the pressure to you, and that's just what the whole game played out of. Any chance that Bristol had to potentially do anything with it, there was blue shirts around them, and I really was hoping to get a tactic board because I love to show how Leicester actually handle any potential breakaway, because today they did it perfectly. It's certain players, they're not rushing to close down the ball, they're actually choosing to go into pockets of potential space. And that's another thing, you know what I mean, potential space is Dewsbury Hall on 3 or 4 occasions today, Chris, was running back and he got given the ball by a stray pass. The ball just kind of magnetised toward him because he was preempting where they were going, and it's such a lovely thing to see Leicester start doing. Patience and understanding of the game, and the second goal would have lived a charmed life. But again, Bristol City didn't exactly throw the kitchen sink at us the way most teams would to result in a second. And you can't score if you don't have the ball, to sound like Michael Owen a little bit, but that's exactly what Leicester proved in them final closing minutes. I mean, that corner they did in the box, a little triangle passes, that was sexy. The way they just knocked it around nonchalantly and they just casually kept hold of the ball.
I'm too sexy for my shirt. Sorry, you got me going there. Guys, thank you so very, very much. I think Alan must be having problems getting out of the stadium or getting a signal.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you, it's Liverpool on Wednesday. It is I think a 7:45 kickoff. That's going to be late for you. I don't know whether you'll be up and about, Luke.
Mate, to be honest with you, I would be, but I don't think I'm actually going to have the ability to be able to stream that game. I'll look into it, but if I can get a way to get it up, we'll set my alarm like the lunatic home.
It's the Carabao Cup, and we're not on. We're not one of the chosen games. Believe it or not, I think Manchester City, Newcastle. Who knew? Brad, are you able to pop in and at half time just have a chat about it?
Yeah. I don't know if I'll be able to do the full time thing. I don't know about that, but I if I am able to, I'll always come on for the preview. I'll come on at half time, and if I am available, I'll come on at full time. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? Because it'd be interesting to see that squad.
It would, and obviously we played them pre-season, and it was 4-0 for a mad half hour. See how we've progressed, if you like.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Really, it's a chance to say, well, here's how we were, here's where we're at now, and you know what? Depending on the lineup, I'm not saying he's going to go completely one side of it. I can't imagine. But you fancy us giving them at least a good game, wouldn't you? I'm not saying we're going to go out and win the game. I do think Liverpool will shine against us, but I don't think it'll be anything near that 4-0 performance.
And Luke, I did send you the message about the LCFC hub. They themselves knew they were having problems today.
That was dreadful.
But Luke, please, I'm honest. I'm sorry, guys. You're going to hate me for this. Mine was 100% throughout the game.
Oh, my stream was great. I meant the LCFC thing. I tried to get their commentary on because I didn't want to listen to bloody Bristol City commentators, but they were $4.50. I want a refund for the month. Sorry.
Yeah. Exactly. Luke, where can people find you? Give your YouTube channel a shout out.
Thanks, mate. You guys can find me at Leicester City Down Under, and I'll probably do a match roundup maybe tomorrow. But it's getting a bit late here, so I'll probably hit the sack soon.
Good. And what was your wife watching? Because I need some good links for Netflix, so email them over to me. Glad you got to watch it, mate. And we'll speak next week. All the best, mate.
Thanks, mate. See you guys. See you, Brad.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Thanks to Luke there. He is off bed. I don't blame him. It's going to be about 1 o'clock in the morning there now, I think. Brad, it's 5:45 night here. I'm off to go and get some fish and chips in a second. But look, hey, crack a beer open, get the fish and chips out. ITV4 at 9 o'clock. It's
nice. Yeah. I tell you what, if we win the championship, should we just say to them, hold our spot and we'll stay in the championship another season? Because this winning malarkey, I forgot it existed after last year, so I'm enjoying it. Get your feet up, enjoy your weekend. Football's no longer ruining me mood at the weekend, so it's nice. Yeah.
Oh, it is. It's funny actually. Say walking away from these shows in a good mood. I
know.
Do you remember those days, Brad?
Vaguely, because I certainly remember the days where we'd actually delay the toast match for half an hour because of the fact we wanted to calm down. It's probably quite the opposite now, isn't it?
That is very true. That is very true. Look, Brad, thanks so much, mate. As always, it's a pleasure having you on. Again, just give everybody a shout out as to where they can find you.
Well, you can find me here most days because Chris can't get. Yeah, I know, because Chris can't get rid of me apparently. But now you can find me on Twitter at Fulltime Focus, my Twitter handle. If you want to follow me doings on that. And obviously, I am the channel runner of our sister channel LTID TV 2. So yeah, if you haven't already, go over to there after this is finished. Give it some love, show it a subscribe, and check out the contents on there. Do WSL women's football for Leicester. The pre-season's now locked and thrown away the key, so the season's going to be up and running soon. So there'll be content coming out my ears, hopefully not yours, but at least on that channel there'll be lots of content coming in the future. And yeah, just that's where you can follow me and find me if you really want to.
And do that. And maybe I should have thought about the name of the channels before I abbreviated to LTID TV2.
I know it's a tongue twister, isn't it? I know you have to say it slowly. Speak with your words, as people would say.
Speak proper Queen's English, mate. Thanks very much. I'll see you Monday night for the debate show, and have a good weekend. I'm sure you will.
Yeah, I will do. I'll see you guys Monday. Cheers, Chris.
Take care, mate. All the best. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Thanks to Brad there. And look, 1-0. I'm still waiting to hear from Alan about man of the match. Maybe his phone's dead. But they will go up on Twitter and, of course, also on Facebook group and Instagram as well. And just search all of them LTID TV. And if you do want to follow me on TikTok, we will be putting some content up on that. I'm just waiting for, I've got to find time to edit one and just cut something out. Do not follow me on my personal one. It's nothing personal. I just don't follow back on that one because that's just for me and my family. But there is an LTID TV one if you want to follow us on that. So let us go full screen. Thank you so very much, gentlemen, for watching, and ladies, of course. Really do appreciate your support, and I'm sorry if I do get annoyed. People keep asking the same question all the time, but look, you know, it is what it is, and we're not an information service. But thank you very much for your time. If you have been new and you've enjoyed it, subscribe. Thank you so very much. And whether you subscribe or not, please smash the like button. And I'd say it all the time, but it does really help the channel. Thank you so much. We will see you, Jimmy, 7 o'clock on Monday night. Thanks to all very much. Thanks to everybody that's joined in and been watching it in the chat. Really do appreciate it. And I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, no, I won't. I'll see you Monday, 7 o'clock. Good night. Take care. Enjoy the footy tonight.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You'd better like them too, or I'll be back.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network.
TalkSport. Powered by fans.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.